they're gonna build a temp wall 2 feet off of this one. So that we can, and then we're sliding the whole dais over so that we can still use this as they demo on the other side.
To start the
And
expansion.
start the expansion. And then eventually they'll have to kick us out and, you know, once the wall gets up and closed and the roof closed in and they're ready to move into this section, we get the boot and
I'll just sit over there.
we'll maybe go to either the community center or we'll go to the new courtroom or perhaps the upstairs harbor master,
I was like.
but somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, is that where we're gonna go?
Maybe.
We're not going to the police station?
Well, we can go to the new courtroom
We might be.
or we can go to,
Using ours, it's time for us to
The
use
same
theirs.
computer?
we can go to the harbor master or we'll go to the new community center.
The harbor master, that's got a nice view.
Just rotate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, there you go. Oh, we got one. You're gonna work out. Okay. Okay, I'm ready when you are, friends. Okay. Right, it's 5 p.m. We're going to call the regular city council meeting to order Thursday, September 18th, 5 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the opening prayer will be led by Bill Strieber. Bill.
May we pray. Dear Lord, our gracious Father, as our community works together in this honored tradition of self-governance, may we ask your blessing that we work to fulfill your will. Guide us to make decisions and work together to benefit the whole of the community and prevent us from allowing our self-interest to degrade what little peace and serenity we have in our community. We thank you for your guidance in helping us be good stewards of your creation and for the wisdom to understand our neighbors' perspectives. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Right. We're going to move on to item 3, which is a public hearing. There are 3 items in the public hearing, so we'll go through them one by one. The Port Aransas City Council will conduct a public hearing on the following items. Number 1, Plan 2517, a major replat of City Services Edition Lot 1, Block 1, being a replat of lots 1 through 10, Block 63, lots 1 through 10, Block 64, Aransas Holding Subdivision, Section C, City of Port Aransas, Nueces County. According to the plat recorded in Volume 5, pages 34 and 35, map records of the Nueces County, Texas, along with that portion of Avenue D that's located between Lot 10, Block 63, and Lot 1, Block 64, Aransas Holding Company Subdivision, Section C, closed and abandoned by the City of Port Aransas, Ordinance 7713, applicant City of Port Aransas property location 325 9th Street. Anyone here wishing to speak on that item? All right, hearing none, we'll close that particular item, move on to the second plat, Plan 2518, major replat of the City Municipal Edition Lot 1 Block, being the final plat of 4.15 acres of land embracing a portion of 200 feet by 119.95 feet tract of land located north of Cutoff Road out of Lot 4, Block 142, and an 81 foot by 119.95 tract out of Lot 4, Block 142, a tract of land called the southwest portion of Lots 1 and 2, Block 142, or Tract G, a tract called the north 179.56 feet of Lot 12, Block 141, and a portion of Lot 12 called Tract F, Block 141, all out of the state land surveys on Mustang Island, according to the plat recorded at the General Land Office, Austin, Texas. And lots 12 and 13, edition number 1, Aransas Holding Company Subdivision, Section C, according to the plat recorded in Volume 22, page 32, map records of Nueces County, Texas, City of Port Aransas, Nueces County, Texas. The applicant is also the City of Port Aransas. Property location is 710 West Avenue A. Anybody here wish to speak to that item? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to the third item, which is a Plan 2520 major replat, lots 1 through 14, Block 1 Chapman subdivision NUD, being a replat of Block 2R, Lot 2R, Block 1, State Land Surveys on Mustang Island, City of Port Aransas, Nueces County, Texas, according to the plat recorded in Volume 56, page 152, map records of the Nueces County, Texas. The applicant is FRP Holdings, Texas LLC. The property location is 103 12th Street. Anyone here wishing to speak on that item? All right, hearing none, we will close the public hearing. Item 4, proclamations and presentations. We're going to start with a recognition of the Port Aransas Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce. Brett and your team, are y'all going to come up? Come up so we can talk about you.
Oh. Girls are like.
I mean, y'all are back there. I know you did all the hard work. So for those of you, and I know Brett's going to tell you all about it, but on August 20th, Port Aransas, Texas Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce received a national award at the 2025 ESTO Awards presented by the U.S. Travel Association. These awards are considered the pinnacle of success in the travel and tourism industry. And this year, Port Aransas took home the gold in a category of immersive experiences, which I'm not an expert, but I do know it's a really, really, really big deal. So kudos and congratulations. And please tell us all about what you submitted and why you're the best that we already know about.
Well, we can easily do that. We were very proud of this award. It is the first time in our Bureau's history, 51-year history, to be on the national stage at this level and bring home an award. We were up against stiff competition. You know, you've got we're against Savannah, Georgia, for some of their immersive experiences, which are other names for activations. So when bureaus go out to different destinations to sell their product to other markets, that's what we were winning this award for. So Savannah was one, and the other one was Tulsa, Oklahoma. We got them. We did get that. So it was a large event in Phoenix with about 500 of our industry peers there. It is again the biggest award in destination marketing you can receive. So we're very excited to bring it home. It was the only one in Texas as well this year. So, and maybe for the past 2 years. So it's doing good. But we are very proud of it. It was for a campaign we held in Austin called Find What You Need. And we had 7 layers of different things. We held over 7 days in Austin. It was all about a message in a bottle and selling the different experiences you can have in Port A. So myself, Mindy couldn't be here today. She's feeling a little under the weather, but she's watching on TV. She and I and the rest of the team really pulled together this, along with our advertising agency, to make this a great success. We carried it on even this past year a little bit with some additional things in the Dallas market and kind of continuing the thing. But all in all, you know, it's a great campaign. We had more than $7 million in direct bookings from Austin market in June through August. So that was a good response of that, along with a 52% increase in website users from Austin DMA during our activation periods. We saw a nice growth and lift during our time period there as well. So I got lots more I could say, but I don't want to take all night. I want to thank everyone on our team and of course all of you for trusting in us to spend your dollars wisely and bring great people to Port Aransas.
Well, as evidenced by this summer, it is clearly working. So kudos. We appreciate all your efforts. So would you say this is like the Grammys of music or the Academy Awards of movies?
The most coveted award in the industry.
Well, that's really a big deal. That's why I wanted you to be here. So congratulations.
So when y'all will present it,
Mindy and Shelley and Jackie and I went along with our board chair, Keith McMullen. So we were there for that. And then our ad agency was there.
Was there, Daryl? Yeah.
Did you give a speech and then the timer went off?
Yeah. You couldn't thank all your friends. Yeah.
You got some photos, so that's about it.
saw a few photos.
Yeah, no, it was a great representation.
Congratulations.
We were
All right.
on the
Impressive.
stage. Thank you for,
You have a
again,
good team.
all of your.
Yeah.
support.
And I do know a little bit about the actual thing you submitted and what you did. And it did look amazing. It looked like it was super fun for people in Austin to be able to enjoy. So, and
A lot of our partners, so we had artists, we had, food, we had drinks, we had sand carvers and all those things. So it was a great way to celebrate all the elements Port A has to offer.
There you go.
Yes.
okay, well, thank you guys and congratulations again. Did we get the mini one to put some? No, just, we'll tell everybody, go to the Tourism Bureau to check it out. Well, congratulations. Great job.
Very good.
Okay, so we're moving on to citizen comments and reports. So at this time, the citizen comments will be read. We have a few cards, but I'm going to actually contribute one myself. And I'm going to start. I want to let you guys know this year I started a mayor's youth council. Really wanted to engage our youth of our community. This is something that's done throughout the entire country. It's all over the state as well, but we have some amazing youth in our community, and I wanted to give them the opportunity to participate in a leadership program that not only they could learn all about their city, but then take some things with them in the future. So it's a 9-month program. We did applications. I worked with the school, and we had a bunch of great young men and women apply. There were some criteria. You had to be at least a junior or senior in Port Aransas High School, of course. And again, it's a 9-month program. We're going to meet every month, once a month, and then have some extra things that they're going to do. But at the end, hopefully they're going to come up with some really great ideas to how they would like to see the city maybe transform in the eyes of youth, and then do some projects and things to give back to the community. But I'm very excited. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are here tonight. So please stand up, and I would like for you to come to the front and introduce yourselves. Just real quick
Come
so we
on.
can stare at
Come
you.
on up. 6 of them.
6. Oh,
Seven.
I'm sorry. They're all back here. Yeah, no, just 6. Yeah.
7.
Okay, so just so you all know, originally I was going to limit the applicants to only 8, but we had a lot of really, really great applicants. Y'all are doing awesome. And so there actually are 13. So there's 13 students that are going to participate in the program. And again, it's an inaugural program, so we're going to work out the kinks and we're going to have fun and we're going to do a lot of learning. So I'm very excited. So just introduce yourselves to council if they don't already know you. And this is all part of leadership and fun. So.
My name is Justin Sanchez, and I'm a junior in Port Aransas High School. And I'm really grateful to be here, willing to do a lot of community work and just learn a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's Cleaver Tariki. I'm a junior and I'm too scared to say anything else.
Okay, you're going to work on that, Caleb. You're going to be the star student at the end. Yeah.
My name is Emma Hoffines and I'm also a junior and I'm also really scared.
This is all good. Y'all can be. Okay.
My name's Delilah Collings and I'm a junior and I'm really excited to be more involved in our town.
Thank you, Delilah.
Hi, I'm Gabe Littleton. I'm very happy for this opportunity. I'm very excited to be able to share and grow more leadership skills. Thank you.
Gabe's also a junior.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Boyer. I'm a senior at Port Aransas High School. And I'm really excited to be more involved in my community.
Great job. Thank you.
Leave me last.
Ah.
Hi, I'm
Like the
Madison.
best.
Exactly. My name's Madison Paterick. Some of you might know my mom or all of my little brothers. I'm a senior at the high school here, and I'm excited to learn more about how our town works.
Thank you, Madison. Well, thank you all of you who came, and congratulations again. And you guys will be seeing this kids. Yeah. It's
And when
awesome.
you finish, you have to get on one of our boards.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Or
Yeah.
run for city council.
Yeah. You'll be eligible when you're 18. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys very much. You're welcome to stay and, or you can slide out, but you know, you'll have lots of opportunity to learn between here on
Slide
out.
out.
So. Slide out.
Get out of here.
You probably have homework. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Okay, all right. So we'll move on to the citizen comments that are here on the cards. In no particular order, we'll start. So if you signed up, this is your opportunity to come up, state your name, give your address, and then you have 3 minutes. For those of you who have never spoken before, it's 3 minutes and we'll give you a little timer. So first we'll have Dee Batka. Come on up, Dee. Thanks for coming back. Sorry.
I'm at the America's Best Value in regards to the fee hike for our annual fee hike for the short-term rentals. Is there going to be a tier of like the payments depending on the size of the property, or is that a flat fee for?
During citizen comments, we're not really allowed to go back and forth, but I can tell you it's an agenda item, so we can discuss that. If that's something you would like to see, then.
Yes, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Next is Praful Patel. You don't want to come up and say more? Okay, all right. Same agenda item, same thoughts. All right. Carrie Mitchell.
I'm a little nervous too, so. My name is Carrie Mitchell. I actually live at the Dunes and now I am also representing them as their general manager.
Okay.
So thank you for the opportunity. So I'm also speaking on the STR fee increase. And just to let you know, we respectfully oppose the structure of the proposed STR fee increase. While we recognize the city's need for revenue, this plan places a disproportionate burden on individual condominium owners. While hotels, often corporate-backed, face significantly lower flat fees in the structure that you guys have proposed. Fairness requires recognizing differences between condos, single-family homes, and hotels. At the Dunes, we enforce occupancy limits, pay for private security, maintain common areas, and follow water and garbage guidelines, reducing the strain on city resources. Yet our owners, unit owners face fee hikes up to 186%. While hotels only pay a $1,500 flat fee annually in your proposal. This timing also adds hardship. Rising property taxes, insurance, and living costs have already slowed real estate investment, leaving a 24-month housing inventory. STR owners are offering discounts and shorter stays just to keep bookings. A sharp fee increase now discourages investment and strains small owners who already pay taxes and fees. The classification is also inequitable. A 3-bedroom condo is grouped with large homes despite very different usage and built-in oversight. Last year, our owners paid nearly $8,000 in STR fees, while hotels with dozens of rooms pay only $175. We are offering some solutions. Create a more moderate tiered increase, 20% for smaller units, up to 60 to 70% for large homes, with condos at a fair flat rate and hotels at a higher flat rate that reflects their scale. To eliminate the 1% hot early payment discount and replace it with late penalties. This would raise revenue without penalizing owners or visitors. Lastly, condo STRs are not a problem. They're part of the solution. They house visitors, generate revenue, and support local jobs. We urge you to pause the vote and work with the STR and condo community to design a fair structure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Carrie. All right, Edwin Meyer, you're next. During the item, do you want to speak during the actual item, agenda item? Okay, no problem. Okay, that's it. So we are going to close citizen comments and reports and move to the consent agenda. There's only one item in the consent agenda. It's the city council meeting minutes from August 20th, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda item.
I'll second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger?
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers?
Yes.
Chairperson Crawford?
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item 7, items for consideration. We'll start with B, resolution awarding request for proposal RFP 2025-11 for Avenue G and Station Street traffic signal, Port Aransas, Texas, and authorizing city manager to sign all documents associated with said contract.
We have our engineer here.
Hi, Avery DeVault with Urban DCCM.
Okay.
So this project involves the new traffic installation at the intersection of Avenue G and Station Street. Back in 2023, Friesen Nichols, another engineering firm, completed a warrant study to kind of analyze the intersection and figure out if it warranted a new traffic signal. From that study, they said, yes, y'all do need a signal there. So we were contracted to do the design for the construction plans of that signal. The original bid opening for this project was August 7th, which then got pushed back to September 4th because we actually had a contractor request we push it back because due to other project things, and they had a big TxDOT project that they were focusing their efforts on. And we did accommodate that for them. But unfortunately, at the very last minute, they dropped out of the bidding process. And then we did get only one bid from Maldonado Burkett. We did reach out to some of the other companies that we had been in talks with prior to, just to figure out what went on, because we were under the impression we were going to get 3 at least. And some of the answers we got back from them were that one in particular said that their resources are tied up at the Harbor Bridge project, and at the very last minute, upper management said, no, pull it. We can't, we got to focus all our resources on that project. Other companies stated that the distance was a little too far. They're located out of San Antonio, and it's such not a tiny project, but they're used to kind of projects that are several intersections as opposed to just the one. So in that case, they decided not to submit a bid. And then lastly, the other company had issues with securing the bond and getting material quotes for this job. The one bidder that we did end up with has a ton of local experience. Their bid was definitely in line with what we were expecting. It was actually slightly under our preliminary engineer's estimate. So all that said, we do recommend awarding the project to them.
And their time frame to start, do we know?
So we structured this one a little differently,
Mhm.
just because with these traffic signals, there can be a pretty long lead time for the order of materials.
Mhm.
So in the contract time frame, we allowed them to submit the number of days they expect to kind of take that into account, the lead time for materials. So it is 270 days from notice to proceed. And I know we have to be careful with scheduling in terms of spring break and
Mhm.
everything. So that's all something we will discuss with them on award.
Yeah, because I started today, that'd be June,
Yeah.
end of June.
So yeah, a big chunk of that is lead time for materials.
Well, I know they're a very capable and qualified company, so I'm sure they'll do a good job to get it done. So, but
Yeah, I think
yes,
they did the work at the ferry landing.
yes,
So
they did. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other questions for Avery? All right. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution awarding the request for proposal RFP 2025-11 for Avenue G and Station Street traffic signal and authorizing the city manager to sign all documents associated with the said bid award.
No second. Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, will you please call the roll?
Councilor Schmidt,
Yes.
Councilor Christensen,
Yes.
Councilor Owen,
Yes.
Councilor Krueger,
Yes.
Councilor Chambers,
yes.
Chairperson Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Item C, discuss and take action to confirm Dune Permit Plan 2515 is consistent with the city's coastal management plan. The proposed permit will allow for development of Chapman Subdivision NUD. Applicant Brandon Lafayette on behalf of FRP Holdings Texas LLC, property location 103 12th Street.
So this one is, the Dune permit is here and the final plat is gonna be one of the next agenda items. So when I took over, I kind of wanted to change the way that we were seeing these projects come forward. Before it felt very piecemeal, where we would do the plat approval, wait a while, city would look at the civil plans, then they would come back with the Dune permit, and there was always a lot of changes going on during that time. So I asked the applicant this time when they originally came to talk to us, if they would be our kind of test subject to see if we could do it all together as one, big project for you guys. So they agreed to do that. And since May, we've been working on the civil plans, the plat and the Dune permit all together. So we're presenting this project with you or for you tonight with a completely approved Dune permit, a set of civil plans that has been reviewed by the city engineer and approved, and then the plat that goes along with that. That being said, this is the Dune permit portion of that. Where they worked pretty closely with GLO in the beginnings to make sure that it was going to meet all of their requirements. City engineer has also approved. But this is, it's a fairly big project there on 11th Street. I'm sorry, 12th Street. So the applicant and the engineer are here. If you guys have any questions, if you have any questions for me, let me know. You'll see in your
So
packet.
just so you know, it's, I have it pulled up, so it's right as 12th Street transitions to Avenue B. It was a older single-family home. It runs from the 12th Street right away, and then it runs all the way down to where it transitions into the state. This is the state. We call it the wedge, this chunk in here. That's state land and the property line is right on that. Basically right on that fence line that all those properties front. And so the dune permit that you're seeing tonight and the plat that's gonna accompany you following this agenda item is this tract right there.
Great.
It is zoned R, T,
It's zoned to allow short-term rentals.
yeah,
R2.
it's R2, yeah, R2 zoning.
The house at the beginning is going to be shifted onto one of those front lots, so they were able to save that house that was there. And then there's an additional, in total, it's 14 lots. 3 of them are not buildable. That's the road and the 2 ponds that they're using for detention. So 11 buildable lots there. In your packet, you'll see both the city engineer review and approval, the GLO approval. City staff recommends approval as well.
In the court.
And the court, they included their wetlands delineation, not required, not under our jurisdiction, but it is there.
And I know there were a couple of questions about drainage, but I talked to Brandon and he said that the ponds, right? Or that's what he's planning on.
Yep.
Using 2 and possibly 3, right?
Yep.
2 if, yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 there.
Right.
And then the roadway itself can act as kind of a spillway.
All right. Do y'all have any other questions regarding the dune permit or anything that was on the dune permit? Any thoughts about P and Z? I know it passed, so.
Pass.
Okay.
Like all the detailed information. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Kelly put a lot of work in it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work behind the scenes
Yeah.
ahead of time, but it's nice to come with a package that we don't
Right.
really have too many questions about.
Well, yeah, because y'all did your homework very
You know,
well.
a lot of times at this level, we would be like, well, does the drainage work? We're like, well, we think it probably can be, but we haven't seen those civil plans yet.
And I think that's going forward, Nicole. I think, we've discussed that for years, but I think that should be
That's my plan.
policy moving forward because it
Absolutely.
eliminates a lot of back and forth. Not only time, I mean, I know it's a lot of work on the front end for the property owner to put those things together, but
Hmm.
it eliminates that excess time of going back and forth between meetings and,
100%.
yeah.
I totally agree. Good job.
And all those wetlands that we were dealing with in that whole area now are non-jurisdictional with the 2023 Supreme Court Sackett.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other thoughts or questions regarding the approval of the dune permit?
Okay, I motion to approve dune permit plan 25-15 for property location 103 12th Street is consistent with the city's coastal management plan.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Owen,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Chairperson Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Right, we're
And then-
gonna hop over to item F because it directly relates to the same property. So item F is discuss and take action on the preliminary and final plat plan 2520 for the Chapman subdivision NUD applicant Brandon Lafayette on behalf of FRP Holdings Texas LLC, property location 103 12th Street.
Yeah, so this is the plat that directly correlates with the dune permit. The plat meets all of our city requirements. You'll see approvals in there from the engineers, from all of the utility companies. And just know that we've got a set of civil plans that's right behind it that meets everything there and has also been approved. City staff recommends approval.
Y'all have any questions? Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve final plat, PLAN 25-20 for Chapman subdivision NUD, Brandon Lafayette on 103 12th Street.
Second.
okay. First and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Owen,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Mayor Chambers,
Yes.
Chairperson Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, all right.
And going back to the next item, it was D.
Right.
That was the city services. If
Sure.
we could actually pull that one, urban. is gonna
We're
be-
on
We're on
C,
D.
aren't we?
No, we
Now we're
did
on D.
Oh, that was C.
D is the one that we want.
Is going to next, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
For the
ur-
city, ser-
Yep, urban engineering is working on a second easement that we would like to add on to that plat. And so instead of approving that plat and coming back with an amending plat, it makes more sense to pull it since
Yeah.
we aren't in a hurry. And bring that back to you once that easement is created, filed, and can be added to this plat.
okay. We're gonna pull item D.
Yeah.
Okay, item E, discuss and take appropriate action on final plat plan 2518, lot 1, block 1 of the city municipal edition, city of Port Aransas, Nueces County, Texas, applicant, city of Port Aransas, property location 710 West Avenue A.
So this plat is what we're standing on right now. So part of getting building permits is that properties have to be platted. We find this throughout town that there's lots of different portions of lots and we make those people replat in order to get a plat. Obviously, we have already issued this building permit, it's under construction. But as long as that plat is underway, we let people proceed. We just don't let them have the certificate of occupancy until the plat goes through. So that's why you see the building permit ahead of this plat. This just basically takes all of that area, all of those little tiny pieces of lots and extra lots that we own, puts them all together in one. The only change from this is we would like to get a final version of this with the AEP easement that we had to create actually drawn in right now in
Yeah,
a
it's in
separate
your
document.
packet. It's that little weird,
It is,
yeah,
I don't see a page number. But
it's
this.
the very last page in that
Like
agenda
this.
item.
Yeah, right there. Like an arrow.
There.
Next to the left.
So by combining all the lots into one master lot, how does that affect parking for all of our facilities?
It shouldn't change it at all. We're still required to meet parking for everything. So additional uses, we would have to have additional parking spots.
Okay,
But because they are city facilities, they could be shared parking.
I just want to make sure we're not doing anything to hinder our ability to.
We have the Port Street parking.
We certainly do as our alternative site. So, okay.
Temporary gas places, all kinds of things.
It'll be nice to have everything all.
Yes. So you'll see utility approvals in there. You'll see engineer approval, city staff recommends approval contingent on drawing in that AEP plat. So
Easement, yeah.
I'm sorry, easement.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. So I have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the final plat PLAN 25-18 lot 1, block 1 of the city municipal edition. A second.
All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Schumitis,
Yes.
Councilmember Owen,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers, Yes. Chairperson Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Moving on to item G, discuss and take action to confirm that no dune permit plan 2526 is consistent with the city's coastal management plan. The proposed permit will allow for the demolition of the unpermitted structures. Applicant of City of Port Aransas on behalf of Choke Canyon LLC, property location 2116 on the beach.
I'm sure you guys are very familiar with the illegal structures that were built on the beach lodge. Part of our settlement agreement was that we would put together the dune permit for them and get the approvals run through. So this is a dune permit that I put together. It's a no dune permit, means it affects no critical dunes. You'll see everything that's in there that's required by our coastal management plan. This affects no dunes.
Yeah.
It'll be a 3 to 4 day process to get those demoed and out of there.
How many are there?
5.
5.
Yeah, so city recommends approval on their own dune permit.
All right. Anybody have any discussion regarding that? Any questions?
Motion to approve that no dune permit plan 25-26 is consistent with the city's coastal management plan.
A second.
All right. Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Chambers. Yes. Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Owens,
Yes.
Councilmember Schumitis.
Yes.
Chairperson Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes. All right, item H is an ordinance, the third and final reading of the amending chapter 19 signs and providing for severance, reading and effective date. You wanted to explain what changes that are updated, if any, and then we'll allow Mr. Myers some time.
Absolutely. So the version you guys have in front of you is the version that have been, that we've changed since the last reading. These changes are ones that you have suggested, but also a couple that, in discussions with other people I've added, so we need to get your approval on those. So if you start on page 5, that is under exempt signs. Right now it says any sign attached directly to a building or structure used with the associated sign, except in residential zones. So any sign directly on a building doesn't count and is allowed. In discussions with other people, there are some accessory structures that are on location that also have to have signs on them. One of them is the propane tanks that they have outside of the stripes. They have to have signage on them. And grocery cart returns at Lowe's is one that I saw when I was driving by. Wanted to get that in here so that we could have a way to allow those, but maybe not give that allowance to everybody. So the part in yellow is what I've added in. The administrator may also authorize such signs on accessory structures, including but not limited to grocery cart returns, storage sheds, and propane tank storage enclosures, provided the sign is clearly associated with the use of the accessory structure, so that they couldn't use those structures to have any other promotion signs on them.
Yeah.
Page 7. Because we have residential uses in commercial zones sometimes, I wanted to include the word uses instead of just lots, because I don't want a residential use on a lot to be allowed to have a commercial sign allowance. So that is both of those additions of the word uses in there. And then in talking to the real estate agents, I talked to a couple that didn't think that going back to the one real estate sign for condominiums was a big deal. They did ask if they could have additional brochure boxes. So if they had one sign that said for sale with the different brochure boxes on the bottom that had the papers for each one, I felt that that was probably appropriate. So instead of one brochure box per sign is permitted, we said one brochure box per unit is permitted.
Could be a lot.
Could be a lot. Right now, the most signs that we see on a lot, on a condominium lot is 4. I mean, that's just by practice. We can change that. We don't have to put that in there if we think it could get out of control, or we can see what happens and come back and change it if it does begin to pose a problem.
So this is gonna put one sign for sale.
The ordinance,
Condominium.
the ordinance already,
Signs.
correct,
Put things, so you're not gonna see 5 different realtor signs.
correct,
For one condominium development.
correct. Which is actually how the ordinance reads now. They're only supposed to have one, but because it hasn't been enforced, many of them have
A lot.
several.
11th Street.
Yeah, at any one condo, I never saw more than 4. That could change depending on how many units are for sale. So on page 8, the same thing, I added the word use there so that it wasn't just commercial lots, it was commercial use. And then on page 9, this is what we changed back to at the last meeting. These are the changes that you guys requested. So this is just saying on individual commercial lots, they can have a sign with a qualifying event of 16 square feet instead of the 32 square feet split up. And then out on the highway, that would increase to 40. They would only be allowed 1 per qualifying event.
If you're on a corner lot and you've got 100 feet in both directions. Do you get to have a sign on each?
You get to have a permanent sign on each street. So in that
Can
situation,
you have an A sign on each street
you can have 1 A-frame sign per tenant
for 10,
or per use.
but 2 signs?
Correct. Yeah, that commercial allowance allows a 40 square foot sign. If it's a sole proprietor business, it allows a 40 square foot sign on 1 street frontage, and then your secondary street frontage, you could have 20. And then you could have your A-frame sign wherever you wanted to have that. And I apologize, I should have highlighted number 5 in yellow, and I did not.
Which one? Multi-tenant lots?
Multi-tenant lots. On multi-tenant lots, regardless of the number of tenants, only 1 sign per qualifying event. That was another discussion item that we had last time. So that if you have like Castaways, you have 14 units and 2 of them are for sale, you can still just have 1 sign for that qualifying event. And then let's see. Going to page 13 with the A-frame signs. I added in on number 6, just some extra wordage so that we could stop people from doing the wrong thing later on. It can't obstruct pedestrian accessibility or required parking spaces. It's something that we already don't allow. I just wanted the words in there to make it a little stronger. And then number 8, this was the geographic limitation that we talked about last time, where out on the highway between south of G, they can't have the A-frames out on the highway. They can have them close up to the building. We wanted to say that the 40-foot separation requirement, if they were close to the building, did not apply. So that's what number 8 does there. Other than that, I think everything is the same.
Okay, you want to hang tight, Nicole, or obviously, we'll come back up. Edwin, would you like to come up, please?
Edwin Myers, 2034 State Highway 361 and 101 Beach Street. So currently I have 2 A-frame signs, and we simply just write them whoever's playing that night. Under the proposed ordinance, I would have to make one disappear and go physically build another sign. I could build something big or just leave something small that's existing. I think less is more sometimes. Maybe an exemption or a unique situation. We're on a corner lot. I've got Beach Street and Allister. I don't think the overall ordinances were targeting this type of scenario.
And church.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But
We got three
certainly
signs.
not a lot
Yeah.
of traffic on church.
No, no,
I
no.
wouldn't want to.
Maybe that's where you should put your other sign.
Yeah.
So I'm just, and I know I'm getting here kind of late. I've been dealing with some mother's health issues in Houston, so and didn't get here, and I got here extremely late in this process. But I don't think, it's having 2 A-frames as opposed to having 2 big giant signs. I think, it's easier just to put an A-frame out there than to build a sign that I'd have to go and figure out how I'm going to write on it.
Well, would he qualify for like the special event? Because he says that he writes, like who's playing. I mean, is that considered a? No.
Special
Okay.
events are on city property, not
Okay.
on private.
Oh, okay. Okay. So.
So I know I'm here late in the game and all that. But I think, if I'm a single business, I should be able to allow, one sign on one corner and one sign on the other. It's not, they're not obstructing anything. So that's my 2 cents. I know I'm here kind of late in the game, but there's a few situations where that's applicable in town. I don't see, you're gonna see Stripes putting A-frames out. It's a unique situation. So thank you all for consideration.
So under this proposal, if Mr. Myers had 2 tenants on that property, each tenant would be allowed an A-frame sign, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Not within 40 feet.
Correct.
And how many tenants are there?
Just one.
Just one, single tenant.
Technically, I have another active LLC. I could like the same thing, sign too.
And that's really the differentiating factor is we're trying to avoid having 8 A-frames, right? So one commercial property that's got 8 tenants, we don't want to have 8 A-frames, but we're allowing them if there are 8 businesses, right? So every shop can have one. So as far as sign clutter, if you will, if we were trying to eliminate that, it's a bigger property, so there's not necessarily the same.
They're not even on the same street.
Right. Yep. It is probably not something we would see very often.
Nicole, what
But-
section is it in?
Well, that's A-frame signs is
Page 13. I mean, it's a shame that if there were 2 tenants, he could have 2 signs, but he's 1 tenant, so he can only have 1. So that just seems.
Edwin, is that one lot or is it
Mhm.
multiple?
It's one.
One lot.
It's a big lot.
Maybe we need to consider if they have frontage on two streets, then you have one on each street. Just like you can have a 40-foot sign and a 20-foot sign. If you're on the corner lot.
I'm here to do what you guys tell me to do.
Want to make sure I'm saying that right.
Yeah, no, I
Not
agree
mentioned.
with that because that just doesn't seem right. That, I mean, he has
He's on 3 streets.
3 streets, so that should be different. Yeah.
The alternative would be that,
Or he could have.
right, that, exactly.
I would say,
And
for lack of clutter, I would say, because he is allowed a permanent sign on those street frontages, if you wanted to do the A-frame sign instead of one of those
I agree.
signs.
You're
um,
taking
I feel
away,
like
you're
that would
right.
be
You're
the
trading in, like if,
appropriate way to do
in other words, if you would like another A-frame, then you have to forego your right to put a 20-foot sign.
What if we had and I don't know where you would put it, but somewhere generally speaking that said an applicant or owner or whoever could, if they choose to go with a lesser size sign, that it could be approved by the administrator.
What do you mean
So if they
lesser?
forego, like if they forego, if they have a 20 square foot sign that
Doesn't
they're
mean
not
that-
using
right.
and they say, hey, we want to go with this other type of sign that's smaller, less intrusive,
I feel like
then the administrator could approve that.
the only other alternative to that, to a sign, would be an A-frame sign. So I think it would be appropriate to put something like that in the A-frame sign section. I don't know the perfect wording right now. I would have to think about it, but it would basically say what you're saying.
Yeah.
In, in lieu
In lieu
of
of-
secondary street frontage sign, a second A-frame sign would be
Yeah,
allowed.
so it's basically
the same thing. He's forfeiting his.
Yeah, it's forfeiting the 20
The
footer.
sign is on his building, so.
Which, well,
Right,
that's,
he doesn't-
That's your
he
main
doesn't
sign.
Have a permanent sign at all.
right, right.
Oh, don't you have one that says Shorty's on it?
No, on the building,
That's
which is
what I
loud.
mean.
He's talking about it separate.
I mean, that's the sign where you know Shorty's is. I mean, we all know, but.
I
some
think
people
in
coming to visit don't.
In item 1, you would, where it says quantity,
That's what
1 A-frame sign is allowed per commercial tenant, except for and unless that tenant wishes to forego their right for other commercial signage, it could be allowed. And I do think it still needs to be approved or authorized
If-
by the city
I
administrator.
think that I would want to put something in the commercial signage section on page 9. Where it says, the third part down from C1, where it says on lots with multiple street frontages.
Mhm.
I think we would have to put something there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then something in the A-frame sign that references back to
Back
that.
in, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are willing, I can write that in a way that is
Not
exactly
to
like. we
exceed
said.
the totals. Yeah.
Well, he would have to meet the A-frame signs.
Right.
Regardless,
Right.
so he could still put up a 40 square foot sign, but if he wanted to keep his 2 A-frame signs, he could not put up the up to 20 square foot sign on the additional street frontages.
So you can put up 3 A-frames, because he's on 3 streets. Not him, but anybody else in.
Right, because what's he allowed on a three-sided street, a 40 and 2 20s?
Correct. And 1 A-frame sign.
And
right now.
1 A-frame. And if we put the wording in there, he could do a 40-footer, a 20-footer and 1 A-frame, or he could do a 40-footer and 2 A-frames.
220, yeah.
Now, do you guys want to do 3 A-frames and not have that 40-foot sign also? So in this situation, it would be 1 A-frame sign on each street frontage and no additional permanent signage?
Well, I think
if you word it and you say, if you want to forego your main or secondary signs in lieu of an A-frame, then you can do that. So
with approval, I think.
with approval from the administrator.
Right.
So yeah, if you want to forego it, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
I think it
mean,
still
if we're
needs to
asking
come
less
in because
clutter-
it's an exception. I think
Yeah.
it needs to come in for review just to make sure that.
Sure. So what I could do is add that wording into that commercial sign section that we talked about earlier with the wording for the authorization. So it's not a permit, but it's something
Yeah.
they have to file with us and have on record.
So we know what, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Streets.
No. not
No,
very many.
there's quite a few on 2 streets.
Mhm.
Um,
2
I
streets.
have 2. You have.
Almost
yeah.
every one of mine is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
But- okay.
so we're gonna motion to approve the third and final reading with that suggested change.
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure that's clear in the motion.
Okay.
Are y'all, is everyone okay with that?
Do we need to list the changes?
I've got them in my head. I don't know
Okay.
what legally you have to do.
We know what it is. We'll
Okay.
go back and watch the minutes
Yeah.
too.
Okay,
As
yeah,
discussed.
with
Yeah.
Nicole's changes. And we all trust the process. Got it.
Okay, do we have a motion or is there any further discussion?
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the third reading of the sign ordinance with changes that were marked in yellow and additional changes as per Nicole.
I'll second.
All right, any further discussion?
Broad.
No.
A lot of changes.
Or anything Nicole wants. That sounds a
Only the
little.
changes
I don't know.
we
I
have
think we should-
discussed.
Narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you needed to
Well, I,
on just what are we,
that,
Changes
in
made
lieu of
to-
your 40 or 20-foot allowed signs, with approval from the administrator, you can opt for an A-frame sign.
When
Yeah.
multiple streets, when you have multiple.
Yes.
frontage.
Yeah,
when you're, yeah, exactly.
But hang on. So
No,
this
even a
is-
single
this is all-
street. If someone just fronted a single street and said, I don't want my 40-foot sign, I want one A-frame. We don't care if it's multiple or one.
Yeah.
Anyone can do this.
And it has to be 40 feet apart.
Anyone with street frontage,
Right.
whether it's one, two, or three. What's that?
Well, then.
Yeah.
We're gonna change
Yeah.
that.
So there's.
Yeah, that's right. It wouldn't really
Yeah,
affect a
one's-
one street.
Yeah,
I mean,
too.
If a regular business is on one street frontage right now with no permanent sign, they could have two A-frame signs as long as they're 40 feet apart. They would have the one A-frame sign that they're allowed and the one A-frame sign instead of their.
And foregoing the 40.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. I mean, what do you want? A 40-foot sign up in the air or a little pinchy A-frame? Take the A-frame.
That's why we're discussing.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, I do too.
Okay,
It's a good trade.
So do we need to rework the motion?
I would, at
yes,
this point,
please.
I would.
But there was a motion and a second, so
No.
No.
we need to,
Whose motion was it?
it was Tanya's motion.
You need to withdraw it. Make a motion to withdraw.
I make a motion to withdraw my motion.
and Vote on it.
Okay, not true. That's exactly.
Because they need to vote on that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that works. Okay,
Amend it.
we're gonna
Y'all quit
have a
throwing me under the
motion and a second, and we're gonna call to the vote, which please, Fran, do.
Councilmember Christensen?
No.
This is a no.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford?
No.
Councilmember Chambers?
No.
Councilmember Krueger?
No.
Councilmember
Somebody else.
No.
Councilmember Schmidt?
No.
Mayor Moore?
No.
Motion carried.
All right, do I have a new motion?
I make a motion to approve the third and final reading of chapter 19 signs as the changes in highlighted document and to add on in lieu of a 40-foot sign, you can add A-frame sign and on streets with properties with 2 streets or 3 streets access, you can have an A-frame sign on each street
In lieu of your
in
20-foot sign.
lieu of a permanent sign.
That's
I mean,
in lieu of the 20-foot,
Yeah.
right?
or the 40
Or
foot.
the-
I would
Or the
just,
40.
if you want to make a very simple motion, you could say with the changes and in lieu of any permanent allowed sign, you could substitute an A-frame sign with administrator approval.
Yeah, with administrative approval.
But you don't have to.
Amend and then shoot.
No, yeah, just,
Emotion, you got it?
we
Okay.
got it.
With administrator.
Yeah, there you go. We know what to do.
I'll second it.
Sorry.
All right, any more discussion?
We can blame this on Edwin.
We're definitely doing that. Please call the roll.
Yes.
Councilor Owen.
Yes.
Councilor Krueger.
Yes.
Councilor Chambers.
Yes.
Councilor Christensen.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Hoover.
Yes.
Motion.
Mr. Meyer, next time I invite you to come a little earlier in the process. Okay, and I hope your mother's doing okay. All right, item I, resolution approving change order number 1 for the City of Port Aransas Community Center renovation and park restroom addition with South Texas Building Partners in the amount of $96,615.63, and authorizing the city manager to sign all documents associated with said change order.
So this is the community center on Allister. We had to take the decks off because of wood rot. There was a debate in the beginning, like, do we just want to go with new decks because they weren't the correct ADA slope? But ultimately we had to take them off. And so this is to cover the cost of replacement of the wooden structures, railings, decking, new ADA compliant ramp, handrails, ADA handrails. They had to change the configuration of a door inside of the building, and so that was added onto this change order as well. There's a little bit on that. And then the footings for the ramp, kind of it jumps around a little bit. So we're back outside to the new deck. And then they gave a credit because we changed the floor of the mechanical room to vinyl tile instead of concrete. So that's that 2550 credit. And then the cost of the tile in the kitchen was increased because we took out the cabinetry and we're going back with stainless steel tables. So there was additional tile. So kind of a lot to cover here, but new decking, front and back porch, new ADA ramp, door configuration for the IT room, and flooring changes are all within this scope.
How does this affect our delivery date on the building?
20 days.
Oh, it says that under, yeah, 20 days.
Just making sure that
Yeah.
we're still on time,
Close.
something close to
They are-
Thanksgiving-ish.
They do have a new superintendent we've seen big improvements as far as getting his crews there, and
The vice president of the company is
Yeah.
on the project as
Yeah.
well, so.
Awesome.
so
They're
we've seen a
putting
big
full
improvement in
effort
the
in.
last month and a half.
Just a question on the, so this says here, change order number 1, but in the document, it's, it says, up to date, we've added a 51,000. We have other approved change orders at 51, so.
This is number 6.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 6.
Okay, I just want to make sure it was read. It says.
Sorry.
The first
Oh,
one,
you're
that one's
good.
in flow, but yeah, that's not worded correctly in the
Okay. 'Cause,
AIR.
yeah, with this approval, then change orders, total contracts about 13%. So basically, an older building.
There was a
Yeah,
lot more
exactly.
discovered as they opened
Right.
things up.
Yes,
got
we're
into-
peeling this thing apart. We're like, ooh.
Yeah, we'll have some old pictures in there so we can all remember what it used to look like.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
And then David will give you an update during capital
It's gonna be beautiful.
updates, but there's good progress being made.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
big changes this week specifically.
Okay,
Very good.
all right, any questions? Thank you very much, Colleen. All right, is there a motion to approve?
Nope. Go ahead.
Everybody's excited, the motion.
I
passed.
know.
I know.
I understand this one. I'll make a motion to approve a resolution approving change order number 1 for the Copa Community Center renovation and park restroom addition with South Texas Building Partners in the amount of $96,615.63.
You were gonna say Copacabana, weren't you?
No, did you catch it? Oh, this is change order number 6? I'm sorry.
The resolution was incorrect, but that's
Okay. For change order number 6.
okay.
Thank you.
Second, any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilor Chambers.
Yes.
Councilor Krueger.
Yes.
Councilor Owen.
Yes.
Councilor Schmidt.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes,
Motion carried.
Thank you. I understood.
you did great. All right. Item J, approve change order number CO 009 for the new public safety building with Victory Building Team in the amount of $54,170 and authorizing the city manager to sign all documents associated with said change order.
Evening, everybody. This change order is for the communication mounts. There's a special custom designed antenna mounts, 3 mounts that hold 5 antennas each. They're not in the original scope of work for the building because they didn't have the exact requirements.
Going on the roof of public safety.
Yeah, they're gonna be mounted to the roof of public safety. 3 racks, 5 antennas each. Sparky and the IT guy from the police department worked with the architect and designed these things. And it's a total of installed and everything, $54,000.
I'm just curious, why were they not in the original contract?
I don't know if they had the requirements.
So we started designing this back in 2018, and the original plan for the facility was to have a tower site adjacent to the public safety building. So during the course of all the fights that we had with FEMA, things changed and we ended up putting the gas department there and eliminated that tower location. So eliminating that tower location created a dilemma, and we didn't want to put, they call them standoff antennas where you mount them to the side of the building. Some of you can see them on the temporary building, you know, where they're kind of set off. We even have some out here on the old community civic center from back with Harvey. We didn't want to put them on the side of a brand new pretty building like that, so we ended up having to design something. We've gone through several different iterations of this. We've been working on this almost a year to try to figure out the best way to do it. We were originally going to put some temporary sleds that could be weighted down on top of the building, but after we looked at it with the manufacturer and the vendors, they were not going to hold up in that environment. And we talked to Victory Building Team, and they came up with an idea, and we helped design it to where they could actually mount it to the building, to the roof structure, kind of below the sideline, so you don't really, you'll see them a little bit, but not near as badly as you would with other mounting systems. But doing it this way allowed them to mount it to the roof structure and seal it and have it windstorm approved and all of that kind of good stuff, so that it was part of the roof structure and not just something that was
It
sitting
didn't
on there.
void the roof warranty.
And did not void the roof warranty. So
okay,
there's been a lot of steps that have gone into that to try to figure out a solution once that tower site was not an option anymore.
What was the price of the standalone tower?
It was gonna be like 100.
Yeah, it was way more.
Yeah, it was probably $250,000 by the
Saving money.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's a great explanation. Thank you, Chief. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Chief.
that. Okay, any other questions for Rob? All right, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution approving change order number CO09 for the new public safety building Victory Building Team in the amount of $54,170 and authorizing the city manager to sign all documents associated with said change order.
I'll second.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, item K, presentation by Broadus Associates and Del Sol Consulting Team regarding Hurricane Harvey recovery progress and project updates.
All right, starting off with the public safety building. The famous Canadian detention doors finally arrived. They were installed. They look nice. They fit nice. They still have to get the special rubber gasket to put the special glass, it's about 18 inches by 2 feet. That's not in yet, but they have the glass here. So they are installed. Another good thing is the evidence locker that were a very long lead item. They came in, they've been installed. The bad news is they all work. So they can be used now, but when they were shipped, they're kind of dinged on the edges, on the sides. And the company realized that, and the company is going to replace them for free. All the evidence lockers work, so they'll be used until the new ones come in, and they'll replace that wall of evidence lockers. No expense.
What's our estimated new delivery date?
At least 90 days. They say, so that means 120 days probably.
What about delivery date of completion, I should say?
It takes a day to put it in.
Like, what if it's done,
The whole
Rob?
building,
Oh.
Yeah.
not the building.
Done.
Okay.
Moved in.
Yeah.
Chief wants to have Christmas there. Is that gonna happen?
This year.
Yes.
He wanted it last year, right?
Yeah, Christmas 2024.
Victory schedule.
Not your fault.
is, we just got, about 10 days ago, they owe us a new one. The current schedule from like 2 weeks ago is, mid-October. That's not gonna happen, I'm just telling you. So that's what they told us.
Okay, well,
So if I say anything else, I will get a sheath on that meeting over there.
Thanksgiving.
They had put a new superintendent, they've got some changes in their leadership over there.
John,
And then the owner's wife is now, and so we're expecting an updated schedule. We've been asking for them from Victory, but that person's gone, so we do expect an updated schedule. Mid-October is what they're reporting. I walked through the building with the team again today. That's new.
John's still there.
Johnson he's the new.
He's like the deputy.
Well, John was in charge. He was the super for the gas building.
Oh,
He's doing the PSP,
I
Jeff.
thought he was doing both now. Okay, yeah. Jeff's gone, yeah. Okay, well, let's keep pushing. Let us know what we can do to help.
Okay.
Sorry.
The floors were laid down. There are some areas that are not acceptable. The flooring company owner came out Wednesday. I was with them and they have an idea to redo a room, one big room, and we're gonna see if that's acceptable. And then they'll do the rest of the building at their expense. Gas building, it's, like I said before, it's a very simple build. It's going fine. Most of the concrete's done. They gotta pour some steps, I believe, for concrete. That's not much. They're working on drop ceilings. HVAC system they're working on, and painting is pretty much done. Touching up the painting. They're installing a shower. So it's fine. Nothing significant about the gas buildings. No issues anyway. Moving on to the fire station. We know about the problem before with the deflection of the camber beams. There are 16 beams identified that needed to be strengthened. They basically welded a mini beam underneath the 16 beams every 4 inches. That has been completed, totally done. And all those welds were inspected by a third party company. So the bottom part is done. Now they got to put a special, I don't know what it's called, concrete thing on top.
Leveling compound.
Leveling compound on the top floor. There's 2 companies that are bidding on that. And when they get the numbers for those bids, mainly the weight. The structural engineer identified he wanted this product used, and they got 2 companies out there to give bids. And when they get the weight that they say they're going to use, they're going to provide that to the structural engineer, and he's going to say if it's good or not. They hope to get that information to them by the end of the week tomorrow. So we should know a big update by next meeting. Should be done by next meeting. Let's see, the generator was on a few weeks ago. The next big thing for the fire station is probably Monday, a big crane is going to show up and they're going to start putting structural steel for the roof. That shouldn't take too long. Moving to the gas building, gas system, as you know, we started working on the work directive starting last March. Working very well, no issues at all. Daily monitoring, continues. Like I said before, there's 15 subphases total. Got a map of the whole town. 3 of the subphases are totally done and signed for by the city, and 3 are almost done. We expect them done by the end of the month. So 6 of the 15 should be done by the end of this month. So they're knocking it out. It's working well. No safety issues or anything. Going to the Public Works Garage, they just started recently, not too long ago. The slab was poured, passed all the concrete break tests, no issues with the concrete. They're working on the electrical installation in and around the slab. And they actually, if you drive by there, they started the block work. You see blocks going up at the Public Works Garage. That concludes my brief. Pending any questions?
Just a question, the funds received to date, I noticed it went up about 800,000, so received some additional funds, it seems like.
Yeah. Our ops person, Joanna, she tracks that. It's a little over 85 million now. So those are received and turned into the finance, or paid whoever. Turned into the Darla tracker. Every penny is accounted for.
Right.
That doesn't include the 5 million we got from the EDA also. This just teed them in matching payments.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you very much, Rob and team. Appreciate you. Okay, item L. Resolution approving the hotel motel tax agreement with the Port Aransas Chamber of Commerce and Tourist Bureau for the city's occupancy tax receipts for a period commencing October 1st, 2025 and ending September 30th, 2026. Estimated monthly disbursement to the chamber is a total of 3.25% of the total hotel occupancy tax collected by the city, directing that such funds be transferred to the city to the chamber monthly as tax revenues are received by the city, and authorizing city manager to sign contract documents.
So we're gonna do this in two parts. We're gonna introduce the changes tonight, and then we'll bring you back the changes at the next meeting for approval. So tonight, Brett's just gonna go over what he's proposing, and then we'll bring it back, bring back the differences between the current contract and what he's proposing.
So we're
Not-
tabling approval of the resolution.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so y'all.
And I can make it real simple. Most of the changes are due in each of the articles. Just rewording us to the name of the Bureau on some of those, but a lot of it is tied to our fiscal year and how we are now doing a calendar fiscal year for us. So getting those in alignment along with our audits. Before it had a 90-day turnaround on audits, and with us being accrual based, that's just nearly impossible to have a CPA go through all of our records and get all that done in a timely manner. So kind of adjusting the wording on when the audits are due, still have to do an audit, still have to get it to you. But we'll need more from the close of our fiscal year as we wait for, there's usually at least a month delay in funds received from the city on those hot tax collections. So I think that was the majority of them. Yeah. The article it's in is the reports and audits, section 6.04 of the Article 4. So that's where we'll kind of see most of those changes explained in the new draft that Dave will present to you in the next.
Yeah, so we'll put both the old with the strikeouts in it, and then the new one with the highlighted changes for your approval at the next meeting.
But to your point, because I've marked up a bunch of this too, because I've had questions, but the parties number one is not going to be Port Aransas Chamber of Commerce. It's going to be your actual real entity name, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that's not our name.
Right.
So we need our correct name. These are probably from the 90s.
Sure.
And there's
100%.
even some
Yeah.
description of old tactics that,
Yeah.
we don't use anymore. So the reporting of that will be, aligned with what the city wants, what David wants, and what we're actually doing to better the tourism market.
Okay. All right.
Is it 3.25% or 3.25% of the tax that they get?
So you collect 7.
We're collecting
and
7.
We get
Right.
3.25% of it. So it's
Just
Yeah, right. It's not, I thought the same thing.
because when you read it,
Yeah.
I read this like 4 times last night just to make sure it wasn't losing my mind.
100% of a 3.25%.
City has agreed to disperse to the chamber a total of 3.25% of the hotel
Out of
taxes
the 7.
collected. It's
Out of the 7.
it's 3.25
Right.
of the
Of the
7,
seven.
and that's why I understood it too. But the way it's worded, it sounds like you're getting 3.25% of the 7.
Yeah.
Well, really, it should say 3.25
And it's a percentage.
out of
40.
7%.
Yes, out of 7, correct.
Yeah.
Not 3.2.
Because if you
Yeah.
could still, if you said 3.25 of the 7%,
That's not-
that's still, that's like $30,000.
Yeah.
We can put a percentage in there too.
Yeah.
Which would be.
And I didn't want to ask that, it seems silly but I read it so many times last night.
We'll make sure it's worded.
For-
Yes, yeah. We'll clear that up, but out of the 7.
We're gonna move it in the 21st century. We're.
Yes.
Some of these are in bond, days, I'm sure, so.
You're talking about the AIR, right?
And section 2, where it says a total of 3.25% of the total hotel occupancy taxes collected. Sorry, Brett.
No, no
Bad day
worries.
for the chamber.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Any other clarifications? All right, so changes will be made. We'll be back in October.
Yes.
Thank you,
Austin
sir.
Now for cross.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
All right, be
luck.
safe on the
Thanks
road.
again. Yeah, and congratulations once again. All right, item N, resolution adopting the 2025 fee schedule, approving amendments to the short-term rental registration fees and providing for severance and setting of the effective date.
Come on up, Darla.
So at our meeting last month, we discussed, during our budget discussions, we talked about changing the short-term rental registration cost. And the direction that was given to me at the, what are we, this month, September, at the August meeting was to have a structure of efficiencies, 1 bedroom and 2 bedrooms would pay 250. 3, 4, and 5 bedrooms would pay 500. 6, 7, and 8 bedrooms would be 750. And if they had more than 8 bedrooms, not anything 9 plus, would be 750 plus 100 for each bedroom past the 8 bedrooms. And a hotel to have a flat fee, not a fat fee, a flat fee of $1,500. So that's what this is. There's a resolution to make those changes to the fee schedule, and those are the only changes to the fee schedule being proposed. No other departments.
This fee schedule does not have to be adopted today, correct? It can be adopted anytime. If we want to set or reset the schedule for short-term rental rates, it needs to be done before we start having re-registration.
Before we start having re-registrations, which would start in November.
Yeah, it's because we've got to obviously notify people.
So we have
Yeah.
October still to make changes, but yes, November is when people really start registering.
Sure.
I don't know, do we open it up on a certain day? November 1st.
Right. I'm just, if there are, I just want everyone.
Right,
to
and I do
aware if
not
there are any
know.
more changes that if we don't decide or we
Well, the
think we want to
software-
think about it more, we don't have much time to continue to think about or change it before we need to get it in place before the 2026.
I had a discussion with the software company last month. They do this structure is very common for agencies, so they will have to change the structure in our software to be able to
Mhm.
make it work. And I do not think I got confirmation on the lead time of how long they would need. Because I figured if we were doing it in September, we'd have plenty
Sure.
of time, but I
Right.
don't remember getting a lead time, did I?
I think that you. Because originally I
Might be
thought
what
it
I
was
did.
saying 46 months.
I think that's exactly right. And she said
Hopefully
4 to
not
6
4 to
months. I said, no, I think it was 4 to 6 weeks. So if it does take them 6 weeks and we don't have a meeting till October 16th, we'd probably have to delay the registration some.
Okay.
I think
All
you're
right.
exactly right. It was 4 to 6 weeks. Mhm.
I know last time we talked and I was trying to make it fair for the bedroom. And the idea that a 3-bedroom pays the same as a 5-bedroom, that means the 3 bedrooms paying a higher percentage per room than a 5-bedroom.
Mhm.
And I know we were trying to make it, put it in tiers or make it simpler, but if we can sit with the registration fee and then every bedroom costs a certain amount of money. And leave it at that, almost like a 1-liner or a 2-liner, so you don't have to put every bedroom. And I know you were, calculating the distribution to see where the money was sitting. The amount of money generated would help the city in our general fund. But here it was just a matter of fairness. And people have brought that up to me and the fairness. So if there is a fee, because it does take a little extra with the idea that a 5-bedroom probably has more people, more vehicles, more services could possibly use with the amount of people. That was the idea of just add a certain amount of money per bedroom as they go in, as opposed to grouping, because then a 5-bedroom pays 500 and a 3-bedroom pays 500. And I have to assume that a 5-bedroom generates a little more money to use that. That was the idea of it. And I have heard on the hotel issue, from a number of people, the fairness in bedrooms with the idea of that.
What, meaning
The idea-
it should also be tiered?
That if you have. Yes. If you have a condo. And it has 100 efficiency rooms in it. Every one of those is gonna be registered. With the idea that yes, it's for registration. To get the taxpayer lined up with us in our system and get all that permitting done. But these additional fees are for the wear and tear and usage of our city. So that a condo with 100 units could pay $250 a room. And then a hotel has a flat 1,500.
But a condo can be 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4
Well,
bedroom.
we're addressing size based on.
Right.
How many people they're gonna put, how many are gonna do that.
But the hotels, there's 14 room hotels up to 78 room hotels, and they're all paying the same.
87.
So, but they're not,
78.
they're not wanting, well, I guess it could be a 1 bedroom hotel room, but mainly not. But condos are individually owned also. And they're choosing to rent them, and they're like anywhere from efficiency to 3 bedrooms, right?
And it would be per bedroom is the best way to count. I was thinking about your STRs. And how we think about individual single family dwellings. I can also understand a hotel could be something different, and also tonight that a condo, because it has an on-site manager, could be something else. So I mean, those are more, topics for discussion that people have brought. And then there are also people that don't want to pay $1 more. So there's those people that don't want the fees raised. So rather than a grouping, just have this is the fee and it's this to a bedroom. Does that apply to dwellings? But also, condos look like dwellings, but they're called legally they're called condos, correct, for financing purposes, but they're individual. You can walk all the way around.
Yeah.
Individual, there's no sense. So maybe a definition of that, or you just do the bedrooms.
Yeah, because people live in condos just like they live in a house. I mean,
I just didn't think it was right for a 3-bedroom owner to pay the same as a 5-bedroom. Well, we were grouping.
right. Fine.
Okay, so do you have a suggested change? When you said per bedroom, what would your structure be?
100 Bs. If an efficiency was 175, and we could include a 1-bedroom in it, because it is 1 bedroom, we don't know if they're gonna put 2 people in it or 4. And then just, if a 2-bedroom is 200, and a 3-bedroom is 3, and a 4, just making it simple. And people understand.
Darla, you ran the math on that, didn't you? When we did it by room.
We had something like that.
We did it by bedroom.
I just,
It wasn't-
We had
yeah,
a couple of proposals
I'm
or.
gonna use it. It's a couple $100,000
Yeah.
actually, so I
Less.
just less. I just did let me hide my rose, Pat. Give me 1 second. It's about 200,000 less to do.
100 a room, starting some.
So your suggestion would be, and Darla, correct me if I'm wrong, what you put in your formula. Base ed registration rate is 175, which starts at an efficiency or 1 bedroom. If you're additional bedrooms in your unit.
Hold on 1 second, I had to go back to the top. I'm sorry, can you start over?
So I'm basing off what you said. The base registration rate that starts at an efficiency /1 bedroom is 175. Each additional bedroom would be an additional $100. So a 2-bedroom is 275, 3-bedroom, 375. Am I following you?
Yes, that's
The $100 more.
That's what, okay. So, and I don't know what she put in her.
I did not put that
Okay.
in. I started at 250.
Higher or lower.
Okay.
We just,
So if you did starting one bedroom at 175, which is what our current
Which
registration.
current registration is now.
And then
correct.
go up $100 for each bedroom.
Right.
And what for a hotel? 1,500?
I mean, part of the.
Let's do that second.
I-
For now, let's just see what this number is. Keep the hotel at 1,500. We'll deal with that next.
I don't have my rows hidden anymore, so I got it paged down. We budgeted 1,318,000. That would take us down to 1,182,000. So 130,000 less. Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't do math in my head.
Yeah, about.
136.
And that's starting at 175.
Right.
So
Or start at 200. I mean, we have kept it at 175
these rows, so.
for years and years.
And hit them to.
You ran it at 200.
Yeah,
That was our original.
I think so.
200, then 100 each one after
Whatever
that,
start.
where we started. Now we're back.
I mean, if you want to tell, if you want to give some people no increase, you would stay at 175 for those efficiency or one bedrooms, which would apply to those condominiums that are truly a condotel that is a one bedroom / efficiency. So if there are condotels out there that don't have 2 and 3 bedroom units, then their fee structure wouldn't change. They would pay the same thing next year that they paid this year. I don't know how many that applies to, but I'm just saying if there's a,
If you had plugged 200.
Would apply to 600,
what's that?
600 units. You said you didn't know how many that would apply to.
So that would, so 600 units STRs and or those that are condominium units, that's all on one big mix?
It's all, they're all together.
Okay.
yeah, because they're all short-term rentals.
So are we saying an efficiency in a one bedroom is the same? That's the base number, right? You're combining those two.
And
Okay.
you'll start that at 200, because 175 was back in what? 2015 when we started?
No,
Further?
yeah, we started way low back then, yeah.
And the cost of keeping up with all this and all the increase in the city.
Away.
So efficiency in one bedroom be 200, and a 2 bedroom be 300, and then on up.
I think it's gonna add back about 88,000 back into it if you go to 200.
But it's still a
Yeah,
huge
then it becomes
jump
then
from what it
becomes-
is now. I mean,
Right, so if you go up to the 200 number, then you're only like 40K lower than what we currently.
if you go up to the 200 number, you're really only bumping
Yeah,
those 600 units.
exactly. It's like.
Because everyone else is getting a substantial increase.
Yeah.
And I know the point was, we've been at 175 for a period of time, we should go up to 200, you know, so, I mean. You could.
Was that the idea of grouping? Why you wanted to group it?
I was wanting to group it for simplicity reasons, so, you know, just for staff and what they were trying to do. But I mean, I'm not opposed to doing it per bedroom. I think that that's fine. I think that's fine. But if we're trying to be more fair based on the room and the size, and then give some of those people a break, I mean, you could basically have it more of a true structure per the
Even
unit.
going back, I know we can't go back, but if you have a property that's generating $150,000 a year in revenue and it's 175 to register it or to be in business, to rent it out, to have the privilege of renting it out at 150 in revenue. And the same is for a unit that might do 15,000. Percentage wise, they're still making the decision.
Oh,
So
sure.
don't
Yeah.
take and this was. We know the hot tax is gonna go up and down with the market on it. We know our ad valorem tax goes up and down with the market. Even this year, we raise our rate a little to compensate for no new revenue. Right? That's what we did. But the hot tax doesn't pay for everything that the city needs to run tens of thousands of people at any given day, greater than our population, and that's what our ad valorem tax gets us.
I think it's the opposite.
Okay.
Our ad valorem tax does not nearly compensate for the size of city of the people that we have come. So the hot tax is helping.
It helps.
Yes.
But it doesn't do everything.
It does a lot more than our ad valorem tax.
Well, no,
does.
no.
Yeah.
Well,
But I understand what you're saying. Yes. Yes.
Say, you asked if you could buy an ambulance without that. No, you cannot. So
Right.
you
No.
can't do, you cannot do,
Right.
you can't do health, safety,
Right.
welfare.
Yeah.
The city needs, and I'm glad we have our I'm glad we have the low rate we do.
Yeah.
Because if you go from La Mirage to Port Royale and just switch a few feet, you're gonna pay the city of Corpus Christi almost 3 times what our city rate
The
is.
tax rate, 100%.
It's more than 3 times.
Yeah.
312%.
Yeah.
1919 and 0.999.
Yep.
So this is a way to help the city have some revenue. I learned from Darla that hot tax increase doesn't really, she'd rather have it in a general fund to help pay things that need to be done for our size. And I don't want our tax rates going up. I mean, I wouldn't want that to happen. Or have to go up.
I think we all agreed months ago when we started this that we felt like there needed to be an increase to the registration rates based on the units. So unless y'all have a strong feeling about changing that, I think it's fine. If we want to revise what we decided for the fees, then I'm okay with that too, right? I mean, I think that's fine. But I mean, I think we just all needed to agree, are we okay with the overall increase?
Yes.
Maybe we just want to restructure the cost and the pricing, which we need to outline tonight.
200 and $100 a room. Yep.
Is that what y'all,
That's where we start. 200 is an
that's really kind of
efficiency
where we
one bed,
started.
efficiency / 1 bedroom.
okay?
And everything on top of that is $100 a room.
So then your
Crazy.
2-bedroom is 300.
Correct. Yep.
And then it just goes up for that. So it almost ends up the same.
Well, the number.
Well, your
the-
2 bedrooms
right.
number,
The-
sure.
Or less.
the-
No, I get you.
The number's very close. You're in numbers
Right.
extremely close.
So then the 3
From what you
bedrooms.
had, It's just as Dale said, it's
5 bedrooms,
easier to
600.
justify to a 2-bedroom person arguing with or a 3-bedroom person arguing with a 5-bedroom person that they're paying the same.
Right.
But this way, at least this way, you get to eliminate that argument.
For every bedroom you're adding $100.
I'm waiting
fee.
for my email. Francisca and Peggy are in my office trying to email me this spreadsheet because I done my PC died.
And if you using the 200 instead of the 175, it's about a, what was it, 81,000? Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So let's get it open now.
So the city of Corpus, and because we manage properties obviously in the Corpus area, they started out with their fees, and the permit fee for Corpus is $250 per entity. And there was a moment in time when it all started that we were I'll just use an example of one of the properties we manage. There's 105 units there. There's 73 in rental. And they were charged the $250 per unit. And then the council had made an ordinance change, and they call it section 538. And basically what they did is they had a criteria that when you went through the registration process, you had to meet. And so at these entities, what you would do is they have individual permits for each individual unit, but then you had to file an additional permit. So when you paid your taxes on behalf of that, you make your payments accordingly that way. So long story short, where the association was paying 250 times 73, now they're just paying 250 one time, but they have to meet this criteria. And there's 3 associations that we manage right now that's how the city handles it. I'm not saying that's anything that we need to consider, but I just wanted to share it because I've managed properties that are in both in Port Aransas, have owners in both, and they always ask, considerations and vice versa. And so that's
Those associations, Chuck, when you said the association pays 250 times 73, that is not the association paying that amount. They're passing that back to the owner, correct?
That was, I'm sorry, yes, that was at one moment in time when it all started.
Yes.
Every individual permit, every individual owner paid that fee.
Right.
Then when this,
That wasn't coming out of the HOA's general
No,
fund.
no,
This
no,
was,
no, that was it.
you own 101,
Right.
I'm charging you for your fee. Yeah.
Right. Then when they came up and said, well, we're going to allow you to do one permit, for that and charge you one fee of the 250, then yes, the associations are paying they're writing a check for 250.
$250, yeah.
They get all their permits and they're done. But obviously from an income standpoint, there's a big variance there. And so I just took some condos out here on the island, look at what their current rates were. It's 175, and then justified if we were to do something like that for associations. The criteria is their short-term rental units with an apartment or condominium building with more than 40 dwelling units. So you got to have more than 40 units in your establishment. And then there, under the single consolidated short-term rental permit, where there's more than 75% of the short-term rentals are operating as a single operator. So you have to prove that up. So in other words, you got 70 units that rent at that particular establishment. And so at any moment in this time out of that 7, if you had independent owners renting and do that, and if that percentage fell below the 75% threshold, then they're back to individually permitting and billing everybody else. And so to qualify under that guideline, you have to have a centralized reservation system. Second, you got a prohibition of rental and advertising for rental outside of the centralized reservation rental management system. You got to have a centralized management of all rental units with a centralized check-in on-site. You have to have a full-time on-site management availability 24 hours per day. Centralized maintenance and housekeeping and consolidated collection and reporting of hotel occupancy tax. So that was I guess that is the criteria that we had to, when we filed on behalf of those associations, to meet to just get billed that one permit charge.
So then you truly are operating more like a hotel than a condominium building with independent ownership / independent rental management.
And that's exactly what Cinnamon Shores does. The only difference is they're detached. And
like
so
a-
we would be throwing them in that pot too. And that'd be the end of our SDR
Yeah.
money. We'd be,
Yeah.
And they do
Well,
not require them
They're
to
individual.
pay hotel tax per property. They send a lump sum and don't report per unit, which is how we used to be. And then we changed it. We rewrote the ordinance that you have to remit the tax by property so that we know if the owners are compliant when they register. That's one of the first things she checks is to make sure that the taxes for the prior year have been remitted before registration is approved. And if you allow one lump sum, it's kind of like what the VRBO is allowing the state. The state is allowing VRBO and Airbnb to just send one lump sum, and you don't know who the
I
tax
think
is
that's
from.
changed.
Possibly. Each
yeah.
state's different, so you never know.
Airbnb just got their butts handed to them by the federal district court in New Orleans over their lawsuit against SDRs, and they lost everything.
But the state themselves is who allowed this, so the state would have to say no. but I don't know if they have a desire to change it or not. The bedroom structure that you gave of 200 with the bedroom each, I already told you that number. Yeah, it's only 1262. 1,262,800. It's only a loss of 38 and 18 of 56,000. It's close. The scenario, if you had the properties that Chuck analyzed earlier, was several $100,000 less.
Yeah, that, right.
And then I agree with David that then we're gonna have an argument from Cinnamon Shore. That's exactly how they operate.
His ordinance, his proposal was a single complex building. Cinnamon Shore would not be the same. That if you wrote your ordinance the way he proposed,
he
Cinnamon
proposed.
Shore would not.
Well,
be
no,
the
I
same.
know if you wrote it,
That's what I'm saying.
right, if you wrote it the
It's
same,
Yes.
but but it's physically, I mean, the only thing that's different is one product's detached and one product's attached.
Well, I think if you wanted to do something similar to what City of Corpus is doing or what Chuck proposed, your ordinance would show that it was a single building or combination of buildings so that you don't have a loophole like Cinnamon Shore or Palmia.
Well, I know, I understand you could write it without the loophole.
Yeah.
Not fair. I doubt it would hold up. It wouldn't hold water.
But we couldn't do that tonight because that's an ordinance change.
100%, I understand.
Yeah. And then fee schedules by resolution, so it's not an ordinance. If y'all were interested in that, it would have to come forward. Ordinance.
How long have the way we do it now, where individual condos that are individually owned, regardless of whether they're in a single building or not, that's been in place since 2004. The registration process and the fees that we have in place where each individually owned condo has to pay their own fee. Right. 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 Sure. Yeah. I just want to know how long they've been paying their 2016, they've all been paying that fee. Right. Okay. That's what I want to clarify. It's been almost 10 years that these individual condo owners have been paying their own fee. Okay. Okay. So fee schedule, we need to be in agreement on changing to the proposed. And then I think in addition to that, if we want to talk about hotels, because that's what's in this fee schedule tonight, the per bedroom and then the hotels. So is there any discussion about that? If we want to talk about, I think, changing the ordinance, that would be a different meeting at a different time and that can come back up on a different agenda, but the rest of the fee schedule. So right now on the table, we have a proposed change that would be efficiency in one bedroom, 200. Each additional bedroom would be an additional $100. Is that what y'all are in agreement?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Hotels. Let's talk about hotels. Right now, the proposed cost is $1,500 per hotel.
Where did we come up with that?
It was on one of the proposals a couple months ago back.
Hotels.
You told the 1,500 for hotels came from where?
You guys just can, I pulled around some other cities, New Braunfels, Fredericksburg, Galveston, South Padre do not charge hotels.
Okay, currently hotels register as one unit.
They register as one unit and we charge them $175.
Okay, that's what I'm going to clarify. Okay. Does anybody have a suggested change to that?
Could do something like $20 a room.
Because you have some hotels that are smaller, have a lot less rooms than others.
Right.
I think we have 20 hotels. The
How many
smallest
are in?
This hotel has 68 rooms.
78, they said, yeah.
Which is Hampton.
Hampton.
Yeah.
It's in the residence.
Right, the new, the revised renovated Lydia Hotel will have more than 78 if you count those together. That's correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, right.
We have 9.
You know how many?
90 with the
rooms.
two hotels
Okay,
together.
okay.
How many does your Best Value Inn have? What do you have? How many rooms?
25. Nick,
35.
35. What's that? You have 23.
Nicole, so with how many smaller ones versus,
So
Well, maybe we could do
I
per
did a
unit.
quick count.
that's what I thought, 20.
From 0 to 25 rooms, there's 6. From 26 to 50, there's 7. From 51 to 75, there's 7. 76 and above is just 1.
Two now.
Two now.
Because two hotels are becoming one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why can't we do like this scale and do it
$20
per
a month.
unit? Because that doesn't
25
seem
bucks a
fair
room.
to have one that has 78 units and they have 20 something. That
would
just
be
1950.
78, 74.
78.
Audience.
Yeah, I'll need them. So I do. You know, Mr. Dale talked about.
Comment.
It's
Mr.
350.
Dale talked about like the city needing money, of course, to run, right? That's with anything. But has it been considered to pull money from the restaurants, other businesses that's not hotels to help elevate those costs for us hotel owners?
Well, I mean, certainly we get sales tax from them, right? They
Right.
charge their patrons sales tax,
And
so
plus
we,
pay
right,
Our portion of the monthly tax,
Yeah,
occupancy tax.
occupant, the hotel tax, right?
But has there been an increase in those business types as well?
We don't have a registration fee
And that
for
was
a
my
business,
next
right?
question. Because we're a business.
Yeah.
The tourist souvenir shops are businesses as well.
Mhm.
They don't house anybody, but they're end of the day businesses.
Sure.
I feel like they should be required to pay some sort of fee as well versus just, hotels, let's just put everything on the hot tax, especially with increase on short-term rentals. That's affecting our business overall when you look at the numbers past few years. It's going down, and then our insurance, everything else is going up. So, just a thought has it been considered to add fees with the
Just a general
other business,
business registration fee. We have not considered that, but that is a thought, sure.
especially with,
Yeah, I don't think they're.
the construction everywhere as well. But as in hotel business, we're not seeing the growth that we would like to see. It's just, here, take my money, but just a thought. Because end of the day, we're all businesses paying.
It
taxes.
probably by law would be considered some kind of taxation and not allowed versus a short-term rental registration fee, which is allowed. But I mean, I wouldn't know research-wise if we could implement a business registration fee. I think that the registration piece is key, right? That we need to
Right.
have to know, to track the hot tax part, right?
Right.
But how much we charge a hotel, I think that, that's why we're all here trying to consider that, what's fair and what's equitable, right? Compared to a short-term rental unit, whether it's a condo or a house. So I think that that's what we need to decide, what that individual hotel gains to us by having it per room, a flat fee. What do y'all want to
No,
do? Yeah,
that, but just how Mr. Dale was saying with increase.
sure.
All right, and then, like the surrounding, towns too, like Corpus, and their fees 250. For registration fee, it's just, from 175 to 1,500, that's just a big jump, especially with seeing decrease in revenue throughout the years. And then increase in short-term rentals, that's just going to decrease our overall, profits as well. So, just a thought,
What's the impact on, you got a 20-room hotel versus 4-bedroom houses, as far as on just the impact on city services as a whole. I'm just thinking about, part of the registration, be part of it's just the processing part of it's on the radar for hotel motel taxes, but as far as law enforcement, crash service, all the other things that we do as a city, that I just thinking through this, I wouldn't think a 20-room hotel would put near as much impact as 5 4-bedroom homes. Just so when we're thinking about this hotel fee, I think we need to take that into consideration, is how taxing is
Oh, yeah.
best value in on the city versus other STRs, which have
Well, and they
a lot
have
more pieces to
parking
them.
lots and they have their own trash.
They get their own trash out of there.
We have
their own
those
parking.
fees, exactly.
Well, that's why it's one.
We have our own
one
stuff,
fee
fees
for-
that we already are,
Yeah.
So
managing
just thinking
or trying to
the
keep
impact
up with.
level.
Sorry, speaking. I think other than the police officers' services, most of the time, I think we use our own, we provide our own thing. Other than the registration, like you guys are asking, I mean, like I said, I have 2 hotels, 151 unit and 158. So from 175 to 1,500, like I said, I think this short-term rentals is in the condominiums or the Airbnb and all of them. I think they're taking away a lot of the business from the hotel industry, but we are end up paying more than what they are. So I think it wouldn't be fair for us to pay $1,500 and then they just get paid this. So I think it's something, because like Paul said, we do our own thing, we have our own trash services, we don't really require other than the police if need be, otherwise. There's just here.
But
Paying off beds taxes.
Yeah, yeah.
so if you look at that fee, if you're a 25-bedroom motel,
That could potentially be
that's-
100 get.
it's $60 per room is what the increase is over the full year. So how many nights are you renting that hotel room? 120 or more? I mean, you're talking dollar wise, you're talking like a 50-cent increase. 50 cents per night per room. So that's at 1,500. So drop down to half of that, you're talking about a quarter. Talking about 25-cent increase per room per night rented. It's not a huge number.
So if we did something like $25 a room for a hotel, a 14-room hotel would be $350 and a 78 would be $1,950. $1,950.
Yeah.
So you're talking about from 175 to 350. I don't think that's a lot. I mean, or 24 would be to 600.
Yeah, I mean, something in the 350 range for a 25-room hotel, you're talking like 15-cent increase per night.
Yeah, 24-room hotel would be 600 registration fee. At $25 a night. If it's, I mean, that's just throwing something out there.
$25 a room.
I mean, yeah, $25 a room, not a night. I'm sorry.
I thought that's what you meant.
In bringing people to the city of 4 or 5 bedrooms would be 20 rooms. And that somebody would pay, in our example, if they had a 20-room house, 20-bedroom house, they would pay $2,000.
Easy.
No, but to register.
Oh,
If you had a 20-bedroom house,
2,100.
Yeah.
you pay $2,100 for the privilege of renting your short-term rental, your home, but treating it as a commercial business for creating income. I don't know if you had a 20-bedroom house. Would you say, this 20-bedroom house, I'm not gonna rent it anymore because
don't want to pay the 2,100.
No, you're talking like, that's $105 a year per room, right? And if you rent it 100 times, that's $1 a room increase.
Yeah.
That's $1 a room. Do you think that's gonna make someone not register?
I
Yeah,
don't,
make
that's
that
why
money.
it's scaling.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta really, when you do the math and break it down per room, per year, it's pennies.
But like, what are they paying right now? That's what that's what I mean.
It's a significant increase over what they're paying now, but when you look at the economy of scale, to their point,
Going from a
That's a
dime
big
to a
jump.
dime to a quarter or a dime
be
to
like
50 cents.
From, $150 to $1,000 on my price. I see what they're saying about
Absolutely.
going from 175 to 1,500. That's just a big jump in percent. I mean,
It is.
And I think some of the problem is a 25 room versus 80 rooms.
That's the other big,
I think
yeah.
That's
that
exactly.
needs to be-
Somebody with a bigger
You
amount
got
of
a bigger
rooms.
portion of floor.
Yeah. Yes,
Thank you.
yeah.
So if you do it something per room,
Right.
then you can
I
justify
think
that.
per room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would make well, that's what we're doing with the short-term rental bedroom. So
So I did it like, even 78 divided by 1,500 was only $20.
Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
I took Darla's worksheet and just $16 a unit, and the Dancing Dunes, 11 units, would be the lowest, that'd be $176. And the highest would be the Hampton Inn at 78, which would be $1,248.
Yeah, how much?
What,
Uh,
how much a room?
$16 a room.
That's $16 a room.
Yeah, so basically the floor is just by what fee we have today. So obviously if it goes up, I can make it go up if you guys have an amount you want me to put in there. This, y'all want to see 18, 20, I don't,
look at 20.
20.
Just
I'll do 20. I'll do 20. 20.
What'd you say, Tanya? At what?
I said at 20. Just
Yeah.
for something else to look at.
Okay, so make sure I didn't really mess up the
15,
world.
60.
Okay, so I'll just use those two properties again, the lowest. So the Dancing Dunes with 11 units at $20 a unit would be $220. A
So that's an
one-time fee.
increase on what they're paying now.
Yeah, it'd be
And then
15,
the Hampton Inn 78 would be $1,560.
15 what?
60.
Yeah.
1560.
I said 20.
That would be the highest number.
And then in addition, sorry to interrupt, but we also pay like the fire inspections, all those fees as well, whereas Airbnbs are not.
Subject to that, yeah.
Subject to paying
Right.
those
Would
fees.
be
Right.
So that's also another concern.
I was just curious.
They get submitted by.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, out of 24, you didn't want to.
Every commercial
11.
business pays
So
the,
less than
Fire
half,
inspection.
half or over 1,000.
Yeah.
Right, but Airbnb,
they don't,
right,
right.
When y'all inspect them, that's just included in the registration fee?
Well,
No,
When you inspect the short-term rental houses,
I mean, what do you think?
that's just part of their
You're in the business. so you're-
registration fee?
I think
Yeah.
the fire?
Honestly, I have to.
No.
No, that's separate.
That's different, right?
Yeah, that's different.
Individual.
Yeah.
That's what I was
You
saying.
asked that. I mean, is that his?
They're gonna want to go to this route.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
because for us, it's double, we have the city fire marshal that comes as well as private company that comes, gets all the
Right.
rounds going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
double-
we have
double
that.
the fees versus
And then,
Airbnb,
yeah.
that's not-
Airbnb's half of the number of fire
Yeah.
extinguishers inspection.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
So they-
business
they
has
do-
that,
every
yeah.
business has That.
Yeah.
Airbnb's, short-term rentals have to have their inspections. Yeah.
And then restaurants have liquor tax and beer and wine tax, yeah. Okay.
It just depends on how y'all want to do it. I mean, we're gonna get a significant increase in fee income just by modifying the short-term rentals. The majority of what we have are individually owned short-term rental homes and condos.
That's right.
That's going to be substantial.
Right.
So if you want to increase the hotels to some number, I think that's fair, right?
is very
Because
tough.
hotels
Yeah.
can generate a lot more income than even a 9-bedroom STR,
Right.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, because they can put a lot more people in there, and so their gross revenue is a lot more. But if you're of the mindset that going from 175 to 1,500 is too much, I suggest that we come up with a flat fee increase
Per bedroom.
per bedroom, which may or may not be a significant piece. Some of those scenarios,
I don't
the
know-
Place
I don't know
Hotel,
how
excuse me,
it's
the
thought.
Lydia Ann Hotel would pay significantly more than this proposal. So I think that,
Actually, he looked at it here and it's right at $1,500. If.
he has 90 rooms, and if it's
90
20,
rooms.
if 90 rooms times $20 is $1,800.
Yeah,
So
I think
But it's
20
putting the same,
room is
I
good.
guess the thought is it's putting the same amount of people here onto the city, on our streets. I mean, if we're counting a bedroom, saying there's 2 people sleeping in a bedroom. We know there's some that put 4, there's some that put more, but let's just say 2. If I have a 12-bedroom house and I'm paying, what is it, $1,300 a year to register my property, and there's a 12-bedroom hotel and you're thinking about $15 a room, I need to figure out how to turn my 12-bedroom house into a hotel or a bed and breakfast or something.
Oh.
Again,
Yeah.
yeah, when you do the math, guys, it's just, you're talking,
Yeah.
you're talking quarters and dimes and nickels on a night.
Well,
No one's, I mean, if people are,
Nobody's gonna stop.
if people are doing the math that tight, then they don't need to be in the STR business in Port Aransas.
a hotel right now, if they were paying 1,500, and they went to even all the way down to 0, the difference in our revenue to the general fund is only $36,000. So we're not talking a lot of
Right.
money here,
Hotel.
whatever hotels are
Right.
bringing in.
Yeah. We don't have-
So I just wanted y'all to know that whatever discussion we're having is not going to impact the
think-
budget very much.
Yeah, I think that's the point, is where do you want to make the impact? The whole point was to try to gain the registration fee
Sure.
based on the number of units, right, that take up the quarter space in the mile. So what do you want to do for hotels? You can exempt them, you can make them one flat fee, or you can charge per room. And we need to make a decision.
I like per room.
Me too.
What's your number?
But it
What's-
is a
$20.
different
$20. All
structure.
right, someone make a motion.
Okay, go ahead, Darla, what?
Well, that is a different structure. When we turn this into our software, we're gonna have to tell them, okay, 1 bedroom, we're going up in
Right.
$100 increments. I do not know for sure if the software can handle a secondary structure flagging as a hotel, because I never have asked them that.
Oh,
Now, they may be able to, but it is 2 different structures you're putting up for bedrooms. And we might be able to do a manual override and manually calculate it.
Do a manual, there's only a handful of them.
Right.
For 25.
I mean, we'll have. to
Right,
work
when
that
you
out
not,
with the-
you just count the number of rooms and say that
How
hotel's
many?
fee is X.
Yeah.
We're on here. Not 45.
25.
With
hotel.
with the suggested changes that put in on the STRs and on the hotels, is this going back for review and then it'll come back up?
No,
or-
if we decide tonight, then it gets put in this fee schedule and as approved tonight, which gives them the time to make the changes.
For 2026
For
registration.
2026 registration. So we've agreed upon,
He's,
no,
he's got it right here.
we've agreed upon the individual condo and STR units.
Hmm.
So we need to decide on the hotel fee, which is going to fit in this box right here.
What's the smallest hotel?
On this list here, it says the dancing.
Or 14.
11, yeah.
And then
So at
14.
$20, they pay $220, so they pay less than a 3-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. They're less than 2-bedroom. Or right about the same as a 2-bedroom house.
2 bedrooms, 300.
Yep.
How many hotels are over 50 rooms.
Eight out of 14. Oh, wait,
Over 50 or something. Did you say over 15
50.
or 50?
I think you
12.
charge $20 a room and cap it at $1,000. It's a starting point.
Is that a motion?
That's my motion.
Yeah, I'm happy to lob it up there and see if we like to motion to approve the resolution adopting 2025 fee schedule, approving amendments to short-term rental registration fees to $200 for an efficiency or one bedroom, $100 additional for each bedroom over one bedroom. On hotels, $20 per room per year with a cap at $1,000 on the total fee. We could, we'll make sure I didn't have to add any more asterisks or anything in there.
Nope,
Get it
sounds
where
clean.
what we all went through.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion?
Should we split those two, treating them different? and not-
No.
No. Your fee schedules us.
It's right here on this video, short term.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Councilmember Christensen,
No.
Chairperson Crawford,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Krieger,
Yes.
Councilmember Owen,
Yes.
Councilmember Smitis,
Yes.
Mayor Moore,
Yes.
motion carried.
All right. Item N, ordinance, first reading, amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 3, City Council, Section 2/17, Agenda, and providing for severance, reading, and effective date.
They made changes to the Open Meetings Act requiring agendas to be posted 3 business days instead of 72 hours. So the business days will include like on Fridays, you'd have to, for meetings on Thursdays, you'd have to post on Fridays. As of right now, in our ordinance, the city council is required to, or can up to the Friday before noon, at noon, give agenda items.
Right.
This is kind of conflicting with the date that we're going to post, so we decided to move it back one day, so making it the 7th day. So your agenda items will need to be due on Thursday before the meeting. So one-
Thursday noon.
So basically, you need to have it in a week before.
Correct.
If we meet on a Monday, you need to have the Monday before. Okay. Fair enough. Any other changes to that item N,
Nope.
or does that apply
Wait a
to
second, say that again? If the meeting's on a Monday,
the previous Monday?
oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
right.
just the
right.
week before, solid week before,
Right. Correct.
right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. Other questions? No.
Any other questions on item N? All right, do we have a motion?
Make a motion to adjust the submission of items for the agenda and on the first reading of an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 3, City Council, Section 2-17, Agenda, and providing for severance.
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? Fran, please call the roll.
Yes.
Councilmember Owen,
Yes.
Councilmember Krieger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, item O, first reading amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 5, Financial Matters, Section 2/67, Disbursement of Funds, Contracting, and Budget Transfers, and provided for severance, reading, and effective date.
You want to cover it, David? You want me to?
Oh, you got it.
So the state legislature this year recently passed House Bill 1173, and they took the competitive bidding, had not changed for 20 years, hadn't changed since 2007, and went from 25,000 to 50,000. They now raised it from 50,000 to 100,000. And we have an ordinance that states that contracts calling for the payment by the city of 50,000 or more, the amount established by state law. But we had the 50,000 in there, whether one or more payments had to be brought to council. So we do not have to do this, but we can be allowed now to enter into contracts for and not seal bid anything that is under 100,000.
It's shocking that they approved this. You would have thought that they would have made us take it to the voters for 50,000.
Yeah,
Where they hate city so much.
Yeah.
So we wrote it contracts calling for the payment by the city exceeding the state allowance or the amount established by state law. So we just got rid of the dollar amount in there, and that way, if the legislature ever changed it down to 75,000 or up to 125, we would have to follow state law versus an amount we put in our code of ordinances.
Which is kind of like the beach parking violation. You really never want to put your numbers in your ordinances if you can avoid it.
And you definitely can't for something a judge has control over,
Yeah.
because you can't tell them what to do.
So that law goes into effect after, I mean, as soon as we pass the ordinance, or do we have to have three
Three
readings?
readings.
We do have to have three, okay.
Mhm. So the next couple of months, if y'all decide to go this way, we would still be bringing
Anything over 50.
anything
Okay.
over 50. So
I was like, that would have been 2 items tonight. Y'all see this,
I
not
know.
even brought. Okay. All right, 3 more readings, even though okay, that's fine. All right, does that make sense? Everyone understands? Okay, all right. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the first reading of an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 5, Financial Matters, Section 2-67, Disbursement of Funds, Contracting, and Budget Transfers.
I'll second. Great. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Fran, please call the roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers.
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen.
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt.
Yes.
Chairperson Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Item P, discuss and take possible action regarding the interlocal beach parking permit agreement between the city of Port Aransas, the city of Corpus, and Nueces County.
This one's exciting.
Get up.
Come on, Darla.
And the next one.
I saw you slinking over there.
We've discussed this a few times. And as we told you, we had a meeting with Corpus on July the 9th. A Zoom meeting, and in that meeting, David was in it, I was in it, the mayor was in it. A few staffers from Corpus, from the Parks and Rec Department, and an ACM from, well, her title's just ACM that was over Parks.
And
I think tomorrow in finance, tomorrow's her last day of the week.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is.
Yeah. We had emailed them after the meeting. Well, during the meeting, we told them that we were in agreement to rewrite our coastal management plan to raise the beach parking permit. But we wanted to amend the interlocal agreement. And they looked
So that each entity keeps their percentage of what they sell. Right now, it's
Per linear.
Yeah, right now it's based on linear feet of beach or linear miles, and Corpus has 1.3 more miles than us. Therefore, they get the lion's share of all beach permit sales. However, we have been outselling them every year. And Darla included a spreadsheet on the very back of this handout that goes back, what did you go back 5 years, Darla?
I went back 5 years. Yes, sir. I went back to 2020. So I've got 2020 through 2024 in there, but I can tell you, I think since I've been here, we've always sold more than them. 1 year since 2008, I think they did sell a little bit more than us, like maybe 1,000. We almost tied. So we sent them this proposed language after our July 9th meeting that stated that we wanted to keep what we sell, you keep what you sell. Now the county doesn't sell much. They really don't have an arm to sell it. They don't have a beach vendor. They really don't have offices to sell. So in our proposed language for the interlocal agreement, we're like, okay, we'll still give the county 16% of what we sell. And we believe Corpus, you should give the county 16% of what you sell. 'Cause they don't-
Their number doesn't change.
that way their number doesn't change and they get some money for beach maintenance. We didn't hear anything from them until yesterday at 3:30, we got our first response. They would not respond to us at all, and we sent to them twice. David sent an email also with question marks, like, hello.
Literally, like, it read that, yeah.
Like, it was a response to
Yeah.
this, and he said hello, and still nobody responded to that. But yesterday,
My response was, did you send that?
yesterday, at
old in my-
3:50, we did get an email from the Assistant City Manager, Heather Holbert. And I made a copy of that at your dais. You can read what their response was. And the response was, no,
Well, yeah,
They do not.
from a staffer.
from a staffer.
From a
And-
staffer.
But an interlocal agreement is something that would have to go on an agenda and be a council decision,
It's not a staffer decision.
not a staff decision. But they've now told us that they don't think this approach is the best for our shared beach users and could result in users being required to purchase multiple permits. So they just said they will not be joining you, will not be administering the program moving forward. And they are going to they're going to move forward with updating their coastal management plan to give a proposed fee schedule increase. So this is the update from last month. And I did include, if you just want to look at the first 2024, so I can kind of explain how this grid is laid out. It says City of Port Aransas Beach Permit Revenue Calendar Year 2024. The first column, total entity sales, is how much we sold of permits. We sold 1,757,000. Corpus sold 1,341,000. But when you look at our revenue share breakdown, we kept 1,200,000. Corpus received 1,418,000. And so I just highlighted those three numbers so you could see what we sold, what we got, what Corpus got.
So in her email back, what she's saying is unless we keep it the way we've been doing it, everybody's on their own, or.
She kind of told us we were on our own already, but.
Okay, that's well, I read it like that. like,
Well,
we're just.
She no longer works there as of a couple of days from now, so I don't think her email is gonna be what happens. And I've made some phone calls today, and I don't think that is what the city of Corpus wants either. So I think we as a council need to decide what we want, and then we go back to the negotiating table with the person who actually can make a decision to recommend to their city council so that their city council can make a decision. So bottom line, we had this discussion multiple times. We all want to see the fee increased, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that has to be put in our coastal management plan. No matter what happens, we need to do that. Number two, if we want to keep what we sell 100%, I think that's fair. Is that also what y'all want to propose or push for? Or would you be okay with saying, we'll keep it like it is, but we all want an increase in fee? I think at the bottom line, it is not good for anybody to say, you do your thing and we do our thing. That is not positive for any beachgoer in this area. So her approach, her email would result in that. That is not good. I don't think you're going to get the city of Corpus Christi agree to that. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think we should agree to that. I don't think we should go rogue and have our own sticker and our own fee and our own plan and tell them whatever.
Well, it's nice to have one sticker and you can go to any beach and.
So to have one sticker, we have to have an interlocal agreement.
That's right.
So we have to pursue some kind of interlocal agreement with them. So I think that's what we have to decide. Number one, do you want to increase the fee? Number two, do you want to keep the interlocal agreement and then work with them to let them know? And we can hold the cards, right? We can say, we want to keep what we sell. I think that's fine if that's what we want to do. But we need to give staff, David and Darla, some direction to work on this again to see if an agreement can be made, whether we push for that, meaning we push for we keep what we sell, or they don't like that clearly because we sell more than they do. But if we need to know, are y'all going to be okay if they come back and say, well, and I'm just guessing based on the meeting we had with them initially, if they come back and say, hey, look, let's just keep it like it is, same sticker, same linear beach, but we all go up to X amount. I think that's our.
So instead, yeah, because so for now, if you go that route, So instead of giving them 300 extra $1,000, we go to 20, you're gonna be giving them 600,000.
Yeah, they're gonna get,
Then it really gets lopsided.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the more it increases, the worse the division gets.
That's what you're saying.
I think we keep what we sell. And if they don't like that and they want to go their own way, that we get our own permit, that we allow their permit to come on. our
Yeah,
property.
that's the trump card is you guys can just say, we're going our own way. We'll accept a Corpus beach sticker on our beaches.
Oh.
Yep.
I mean, you could tell them that,
Same thing. Right.
but
And if they choose to do otherwise, that's their
Yeah,
problem. Then it truly makes them the bad guys.
Yeah, okay. I'm good with
They
that.
don't have to accept that. But we'll accept theirs.
But we got to get them to the table.
right.
This is the second time we've attempted this. The first time was in 2020 or 21, and it went nowhere.
Right.
We talked to the staff and they said, we'll get back to you. And I don't know how high it's going up at the staff level. We don't know if it's getting.
We had an ACM that time too.
We did. We had the ACM then. We had the ACM now. Don't know if it's even going to the city manager or if they're having any discussion with council. Or if it's just staying at the ACM level. We don't know
Yeah.
because we.
I don't think it's a priority for them,
Right.
which is fine. They have a whole lot of other things they're working on. But we need to make them make their decisions sooner than later so that we can get these in place for 2026. It takes what, 90 days to order stickers?
Oh, it's gotta be 9 days.
Okay. So
Can we put some sort of deadline?
Pretty simple. deal.
Increase
If you
the
just
20,
I
do,
Think
but
about
if-
it.
already
talk
started.
first, and then you get the
Yeah,
next.
30 days to respond or?
no, not less, no,
Or
2
I
weeks,
think
a
like
week.
I did, reach out to them, and then if we don't hear something from them, we get our own bank of permits and then accept theirs. We just don't have to wait on them anymore. I mean, if we've tried this much, this long, I mean, do the right thing. I don't wanna create enemies.
Been talking about it for 4 months.
Yeah.
They've been talking about it for 4 weeks, it sounds like.
I mean, if we need.
Where do
They
we
got
have
a
to
lot
go
of
with
problems.
county about each permit?
Say that
But
again.
what do you,
Where-
County.
The county, or where would the county ticket you if you didn't have a beach permit?
They don't.
yeah,
Why
The
are we
county
gonna-
park doesn't require.
Yeah, it doesn't
Why
require.
are we giving county money?
There are some
Well-
areas in the county.
Because in the,
that require
in
permit.
the natural resource code, the county is identified as the free beach.
Mhm.
But they still have beach cleaning
duties.
duties. They still got, trash, Skidoo cans, seaweed. They still have all the cleaning maintenance that we have. So the initial agreement recognizes that, hey, you guys have your beach too. And just because you don't sell the beach stickers, we kind of take on that ourselves. But they still get that cut of the money
Based on their linear foot.
based
of
on their
beach.
linear feet of square beach. Now, they in turn contract back out to the city of Port Aransas to do their trash, to
Mhm.
do their road sand maintenance, to do their seaweed maintenance. So they use their,
129,900.
yeah, so they're using a lot of their cut of the money and giving it right back to us to take care of that maintenance.
And there is a portion of county beach at Whitecap Beach, and it says county, Corpus maintenance in, county begins, but I've never noticed a sign that says it's a free beach.
Which one? Oh, down
At
there.
Whitecap.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Because they
There's a
can't just
portion
take
that-
the money and put it in their general fund. I mean, it very specifically has to be
Right.
used for beach renourishment, beach equipment, beach maintenance, beach cleanup.
We sell beach permits and give the county 281,000. And those people are probably on our beach or their beach. And then they're paying us back 129,000 and then they put,
Well, the county is not Corpus
no, the
Christi.
county.
Yeah, he's.
The county
Yeah,
is paying us 129, so it's 160,000 they make for us selling their tickets, their stickers.
The sticker. Yeah.
These stickers.
Which they have to specifically keep and use for.
Right.
Maybe they put it in their bathrooms they don't have there, maybe they build
I mean.
benches
yeah,
or
Because
what they do.
if you just said, well, county, you need to start selling stickers, and they said, great, we're gonna start selling stickers. They still get 16% whether they sell 10
Right.
stickers. or
And they do sell.
2,000.
They sold,
Some.
they sold $19,000 worth in 2024. It's just not many. They sold 1,768 permits. They don't really have locations to sell. They have one here and one down at the county office in Corpus.
Yeah.
And the county in
And they're
Corpus.
county vendors and they're beach vendors.
They don't have beach vendors.
They have the pizza. He's talking about the pizza truck.
People that
and the-
sell them.
Yeah,
They don't sell stickers.
they don't sell.
They don't have any beach to sell on, I don't think.
Their beach.
But they don't have to have stickers.
But you have to have a sticker there here.
So why would they make them sell them? It's kind of weird.
No, but
Yeah.
why are they getting money?
Their
for
beach is free.
Permanent. If their beaches don't need permit.
We want
Because
their
the
beaches
GLO
clean.
says you should maintain your beach and they own that percentage of the beach. So that's why they're getting the money.
They kind of stepped up
I-
and said, hey, we'll
Yeah.
volunteer us the free beach.
Yeah,
But we at least want to get dibs on our share of the mileage. So that we can clean our beaches too. So
Take care
that's
of
the
that.
deal is that,
Yeah.
yes, they're not in the,
And Corpus is suggesting
That's a-
keep it the same.
we don't need an interlocal. Well,
they want it to be just like it is and they wholeheartedly agree the fee needs to go up.
Yeah.
But they don't want to lose the revenue that we're generating for them.
yes,
Yeah.
I got that. And they're
See, the
excited
whole-
about going up because their money's about to double.
Yeah, the whole thing was based on the premise that everyone's per mileage beach maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, what you put on the beach, police on the beach, lifeguards, cleaning, hand picking, scraping the beach, your trash system, that it was all equal, right? It was all gonna be equal. Well, I'm sorry, but there's miles and miles of Corpus beaches that don't get close to the attention that we give our 7 miles of
Not very
beaches.
drivable.
So I mean, so the premise that it should be split because it's a fair shake of beach maintenance and beach cost, it's just thrown out the window because it's not fair. If we based it on actual maintenance and effort and dollars put into the beach, we'd probably get 80% of the beach.
Man outdoors.
Yeah.
On the beach.
Yeah, it wouldn't be close.
Oh.
We could propose that.
And this went into effect in 2004. So it has been 21 years of that interlocal agreement. Price changed. It was 6 when we started, I believe.
Okay. Price wise, are y'all still good with us discussing a $20 fee with them?
Yes.
Okay. And then the goal is going to be to keep what you sell.
Yes.
But what the underlying goal is, it would be great to have one unified sticker, which we could still do with keep what you sell. But if they don't want to agree to keep what you sell, then we need to come back and make a final decision to say, we're going to do our own thing. Correct?
Do we need to add anything about RVs in there? I thought we had a different rate on RVs.
That's a
Not
rewrite
first.
for our coastal management.
Okay.
plan.
Yeah,
Something
Yeah.
different, okay.
we do need to talk about that, but
That's not part of.
not
what
with
we're-
them. Like
that's
with them, it would be, yeah, this would be different.
Not what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, if we want to change that, that would be within our city ordinance and our city limits and we can.
It's the cost of anything each gone up, Dave, since 2004. I mean, I'm just thinking what I know of the cost of living increases, not to mention equipment and everything. Because that beach fee isn't comes, that sticker isn't even keeping up with the cost.
No.
of this.
Well, we don't, we have more revenue sources in this sticker. We get 2% of the state hotel motel tax.
Yeah.
not To clean and maintain. the
That's
beach.
been a big one. That's a
Yeah.
big one until you need beach renourishment, and then it's not so much a big one.
And there should be a standard then set on these beaches for how the city should maintain it.
Well, we keep our standard pretty high.
Well, but it should be
But-
the standard.
Well,
for-
but we don't have any say so what their standard is.
To the GLO, this is how we take care of
Well,
the Texas beach.
Okay, we don't have to take any action tonight unless y'all want to move forward with ending the interlocal agreement.
Are we better, I think it sounds like we're better served taking a pause, giving a hard deadline on what we want to accomplish, and then if they respond or don't respond, then we have something to work with at the next discussion of this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that needs to be our message to them is that we're making a decision as a council on our next city council meeting on October 16th. And they either in or out.
We want to hear from your council. Or no, you don't ask another city what their council decide.
No, I mean, they're gonna have to, I mean,
Pass that. then.
I mean,
We don't hear from
ultimately,
them.
this agreement is between both cities.
yeah.
This is a city council to city council agreement.
Mhm.
So this isn't something, okay.
It's not staffers.
But they're gonna have to bring it up and they meet
Yeah.
once a week. We only meet once a month.
Yeah.
So we need to get with them and they need to make decisions sooner than later so we know where they stand. So
Yeah,
that
I
we
mean,
can make our decision.
If we don't make a decision in 30 days, it's probably too late to do it this year because
Right.
just the timeline that it takes you to order your stickers is 3 months.
they just need to know
At
what to move
least.
forward if they don't make a decision. I mean, come to something. At least
If we
talk to
raise our
somebody.
fee, did they have to raise theirs? And we would give them on what our fees collected, or we would give them their percentage based on the set.
We wouldn't give them anything if we go our own way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or no, if we take what we're doing, we just raise our fee, they choose not to raise theirs.
Oh, they want to raise theirs.
Okay.
We have to have the same fee.
You have to.
If you're doing a revenue share like that, you have to have the same cost.
Yeah, you can't
You
just,
can't
yeah,
just
we can't
keep
raise the
doing it.
fee and stay in the interlocal without them.
Their $12.
Yeah.
Whatever their fee.
But if we abandon the interlocal, then yeah, but that's gonna be real confusing to people who go to the beach, who don't know where the city of Corpus ends and the city of the county ends. And I have to have this for that and that for that and this for that. I mean,
I need another sticker to go serve pack. right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it would be nice for us to agree the $20 and keep one sticker or,
Yeah.
that would be the perfect scenario.
Yeah.
And keep what yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And keep what we sell.
And then the
Yeah,
burden of
that-
the burden of the enforcement would then fall on them if somebody went into their jurisdiction with our sticker on.
Correct.
So then that would
Then
be
they
another,
have to.
that would be another burden put on them at that point.
Right.
And we're looking at 2027 stickers at the earliest for price change anyway, because the coastal management plan has to go through the GLO.
Yeah, the $20 things could take
That's-
6 to 9
okay.
months.
So I'm even looking at.
So you're already
Do
at that, you're
20,
already looking at 20,
So they're
26,
a
20,
little bit of
27.
but not-
Yeah, for 2026, they were
Where
for sure
that's-
$12 for everyone. Whether they.
Because we really wouldn't even start the coastal management change process until all three entities, the county, the city of Corpus and the city of Port Aransas, all were nodding their heads up and down through some agreement that, hey, we're all moving forward with the 20 in unison. And until that happens, that six to 9 month clock for your coastal management change doesn't even start.
And I will say in the discussion with Corpus, when we were on with them, they were wanting something more than 20. Originally, but they also talked about writing the coastal management plan at a higher level so that in
You
future
can
years
mod-
you're
right.
approved already.
You don't have to
And it
keep
could
going
be,
back to
you
your
don't have to
plan.
keep going back to the GLO and you can increase the permit
Scale.
at the local level.
Yeah, like putting some scale in there that you can raise it a certain percentage.
Raise a certain
or-
percentage a year. something like that.
Yeah.
Which is probably a smart way to rewrite the coastal management plan versus just putting a flat dollar in.
Yeah,
putting,
again, putting a number in there is problematic.
Mhm.
Okay.
Why couldn't you get your new sticker and then approve your coastal management plan and then have the rate increase be effective in May? Why couldn't you do that? I mean, I understand that it takes
If
some
we were
time.
doing what we saw, we could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
We
could do
could,
that. You could still
For
do
audit
that.
purposes, if we're still doing a revenue share. The way they look at our books now, they would probably want all of our ledgers to confirm and do their whole analysis, and we would probably want the same from theirs. But if you keep what you sell, no, you
So
probably
you,
could.
so you were thinking like, okay, so your first 6 months of sales are at 20, but from May on, they stay at 12. And until the $20 goes into effect, do we really care if it's mid-season or not?
Well, my point is, I mean, if we get everyone to agree to do the increase
Yeah,
and to keep what you sell,
yeah,
and we start writing our coastal management plan, we've moved forward with the new stickers.
yeah.
We know what the fee increase is going to be, but we can't implement the fee increase until the coastal management plan is approved.
Right.
Why couldn't at that point, if it's approved overall, everyone's are approved and it's March, why couldn't we start charging the $20 fee?
For us, it would be harder than it would be for Corpus because we have so many vendors who sell. So we would have to close out with everybody because right now, your Stripes, your t-shirt shops, your Lowe's sell, they get to keep 50 cents per permit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so they pay us 1,150 for 100 permits, and we let them go and sell it for $12.
Right.
So we would have to get all those permits back, close everything out at that level, then reopen and decide how much, we also would have to decide how much they're gonna get to keep. And our beach vendor agreement is on a calendar year basis that they get to keep, that they sell at $12. They get to keep $1 of every permit sold. We would have to redo that agreement also. Because 20, we can't just get $11 per permit from them because that's what's in their agreement and them get to keep 9. We would have to take all their permits back in, close it out, do an audit of the numbers, which is doable. They check it out by permit number.
This taxing as difficult as that would be, but you're looking at another $500,000 of revenue.
Exactly.
Maybe worth the effort.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, I don't think we should just punt and say, wait another 16, 18 months.
I'm just telling you
Okay.
what the process would be and our staff could handle it. But we would have to, because we've got several people, we've got several accountants now, we would just have to bring all that back, stop their selling, balance it, check them out the new permit
Yeah, I mean-
numbers. I mean, it could be done. We just would have
Or they
to.
don't buy a year's worth of stickers at the end of the year. Maybe they buy it a quarter's worth and
Yeah.
they anticipate it coming.
Wonder how many stickers we sell in the first 3 months of the year.
I mean, I've got that by month, but I don't have it with me right now. I mean, I do.
The whole point is that there's urgency to make a decision and
Yeah.
get a decision made so that the process gets started.
And if you wanted to change it mid-year, it can be done. There's just some steps to
Just some accounting.
accounting and a redo of the beach vendor agreement too, I would say.
Yeah.
Changing it in August would probably be, it's probably not worth the time, but if it could be changed before the.
It could be
summer
changed May
season.
1st.
I don't-
Yeah,
I don't know
all
what
three
the curve
entities would
looks
have
like
to
yet.
really get on the bandwagon and
And I don't know,
make the move real quick.
I don't know how long the coastal management rewrite
It
takes
could
for
be
us
6
to do.
9 months, but it could be 6 if they really, if they really hustled and the GLO was into hustling. Cause a big part of it is the GLO has to do it's either a 60 or it's a 90-day public comment period. And then every time you have one little edit or change or something like that, then the clock starts over. I mean, that's where it gets a little bit out of our control as far as the timeline goes, is
How much more?
when it actually goes to,
Plan needs to be rewritten.
well, we have a bunch of little sections that,
There's a lot of little things to change in it. I mean, none of you think it would take too terribly long work.
I think that the changes that we're looking at could drastically slow down the process. If you just did the $20 thing, you could probably accomplish it on a pretty decent timeline once all the entities started throwing in edits and changes. Man.
Cause it's 3
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, once you start, I mean, we're looking at changing like the no doom permit process and all that. That's gonna get legal, that's gonna get so wound up in the,
I don't think the no new permit thing.
it'd be, yeah, once you start throwing in the edits that we're looking at, I guarantee you, the lawyers at the GLO will turn it into a 18-month process. You will not be fast. If you just stuck to the $20, you could get it through. If we started throwing in a whole bunch of edits that involved lawyers and engineers, it's gonna come to a screeching halt.
I don't know how they feel about the RV. They made us stop the RV, but that was because it was not in our coastal management plan. I don't know if they gave us any indication and if they would approve that or not.
Well, for this action,
You can do your edits anytime you want. But I would, if you're interested in doing the 20 thing, you do it by itself. First.
all right. So I don't think we need an actual item tonight. This is just a discussion. So the
I think just a motion to direct staff to continue to proceed at,
With a deadline.
yeah.
I mean, they don't even want to talk about it. But basically, we go our own way. Which is irritating to anybody that has a beach parking permit, including all of us. We'll be paying 2020 and, or if you want to go to Corpus, who knows what price they put it to, because they wanted to go higher. This lady's last day is tomorrow.
I believe it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue
Yeah,
is
it's out.
the biggest issue is ordering your beach tickets for the next year. We do that in October.
We're getting to their city council.
So that's a big holdup.
So the motion would be to direct staff to continue to work on a resolution to the interlocal agreement.
Yeah.
With.
Expedited.
increase to beach parking.
Yeah.
And keep.
With an increase in beach parking fees.
Good times.
Been so blue and green for the last month. We should charge for long terms.
It's beautiful.
Sometimes you charge $20 a day.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, is there a motion then?
I'm working on the deadline. What do you think a reasonable deadline is?
A week
No, who we're
before
gonna
our
almost do.
next meeting, before our next meeting.
So, well, the October 8th would be a week in maybe 8 days.
I don't know who to contact at staff.
What's the date of their meeting? So we give them at least,
They meet every Tuesday.
so we want a deadline on some Wednesday.
Well, I don't know that you have to
After
give the
their-
deadline to the staff, to our staff. I think you just direct the staff to work on it. Knowing that we would make a decision quickly. Okay.
Can we give this a shot?
No.
A motion to direct staff to continue working on an agreeable interlocal agreement with the city of Corpus Christi and an increase in the beach parking fee with the understanding that this needs to be handled in an expeditious nature.
In the county.
And a county.
City of Corpus Christi and Nueces County.
City of Corpus Christi. Motion staff to continue working with Nueces County, City of Corpus Christi to increase the beach parking fee and renew our interlocal agreement in a manner that we see fit.
I'll second.
Is that close enough?
Yeah.
There we go.
Sounded good to me. Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Schmidt.
Yes.
Mayor Tim Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, item Q, ordinance first and only reading amending various fund accounts in fiscal year 2024-2025 budget to reflect the changes due to an increase in revenue and/or expenses as authorized by the Home Rule Charter, repealing all prior ordinances in conflict herewithin and providing for an effective date.
First off, I apologize. I didn't get this to you till yesterday. I had auditors here last week, already starting our preliminary audit so we can get things done much quicker this year. Because we really need to be done by March 31st by some new state laws. In order to set your tax rate for the next year. I'd be happy to go, I emailed it to everyone. I would be happy to go through each line item for explanation if you would like. And each line. That's which I want, that's all I'll do. Okay, general fund, the net change to the general fund is 2,532,500, and that is stating that it is less in expenditures than that. So sales tax revenue, we've collected more than anticipated. Same in short-term rental registration. I decreased interest, and I did not go through every single line item and just revenues, but that gave us a decrease in revenue of about 250,000. But I offset and decreased some expenses. The vehicle lease, we did buy a vehicle lease for the assistant city manager position that was an admin. And so that is a new vehicle lease that we did not anticipate, but we found that he really needed that car for capital projects. And the city manager now is using it some to move around between the city projects because he has that added duty on his belt now. Police salaries were decreased by 100,000, as was furniture and fixtures for EMS because they're not yet in their building. Salaries for public works streets, they weren't fully staffed this year, so that decreased by 150,000. That Vector truck that we ordered almost 2 years ago still has not been delivered. It's in next year's budget, but I was able to decrease this year's budget for that 645,000. Construction at City Hall has started, but there was little more than 2 million in the budget that's not going to be needed to be paid out in pay apps. And at the City Council Goals Workshop, we talked about wanting some more money transferred to street maintenance. So this will move $200,000 from general fund to the street maintenance fund. The debt service, we issued new debt in for the Parks and Rec bond that's going to be used 4 million for the Charlie's Pasture Pier Bulkhead Park and 4 million for the rec center. And we had to pay the first payment on that bond this year, which was 145,000. We did not know that at budget time. And for some reason, half our interest payment for the bond payment was missed in the budget. So that was required 61,500. In the hotel motel fund, our revenues are coming in really well, which I'm going to talk about in my department report. So we increased the hotel motel tax revenue by 1.2 million. And that has 567,000 more that will be given to the chamber, 566,000 more that will transfer over to hotel motel special, and 87,000 more that will be transferring to the facility fund. The hotel motel special, I've got that 566,000 coming in from the hotel motel. And here I had a typo. Wayfinding signage is, I'm decreasing it by 300,000 because we have not gotten but a few $100,000 worth of bills at this point. And we had 1.8 million in for the project. And we had that Roberts Point Park bulkhead collapse. So I moved 300,000 in the budget for the wayfinding sign to buildings and structures. I typed wayfinding signage again, and that account title 110-50310 is actually buildings and structures, not wayfinding signs. Apologize for that typo. So the increase to hotel motel special comes up to 566,000. Facility fund, I transferred over the 87,000 for increased hotel tax collections and decreased the civic center renovations that are not done yet by 3 million. So 3,087,000 goes back to the reserves. It's just was a budget that's not needed. Beach fund, the salaries and surf rescue ran over, but I'm not increasing their budget any, just transferring from buildings and structures for the surf rescue building that was not built. Transferring up into the salary line item because we had a lot of guards this year. We really got some good coverage on our beach. Harbor Fund, in the debt service, the bond payment was there, but the transfer realized was not there to pay for it. So that is being added. Took in the $8 million park bond that we sold, put that in the budget, and the transfer from the general fund to the street maintenance. This is increased to revenue for the street maintenance fund. And those are the budget amendments.
Any questions? Is there a motion to approve the amendments?
Motion to approve amending various fund accounts in fiscal year 2024-2025 budget to reflect changes due to increase in revenue and or expenses authorized by the Home Rule Charter, repealing all prior ordinances in conflict here within and providing an effective date.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, Fran, please call the roll.
Yes.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
Councilmember Krueger,
Yes.
Councilmember Owen,
Yes.
Councilmember Smitis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, Mr. City Manager, your turn.
Okay, I got, your sheets there. You should have a little color pamphlet. Civic Center City Hall renovations, those two photos right there, that is the slab foundation prep for right behind you here. That's the two big breakout rooms, the grand hallway, and then staffing and bathrooms as you move towards the hotel. They will be pouring Monday. So all the rebar, what you're seeing in that picture is the plastic and the rebar and the prep for the pour. The one photo you can see on the right, the generator's gone, Old Faithful, that saved us during Harvey. It is now sitting out at the collection station. We're gonna put it on the add it,
Surplus.
yeah, declare it surplus and add it to the auction it off. It'll probably end up south of the border for another 30 years. Pictures below that, the slab, that's the addition on the left there. That is the slab to the caterer's kitchen addition. And then the photo on the right, that's the building department expansion slab. They should be going vertical with steel as soon as the steel gets in. And then today they did the connection to the existing sewer service, which is kind of right out in front of the library, kind of on that corner. So that was completed today. They've started doing the prep work on this wall right here. What they're going to do is they're going to come out about 2 feet and they're going to put in a temporary wall so that they can start the demolition of this wall and the expansion back here. So they've come in and have done the electric and taken down the city stuff. And so they were doing that prep the last couple days. The Civic Center gets handed over to the contractor October 29th. That's the last event we have. And then they have until
October 29th or September 29th? I thought you said it was the end of September.
You're right, it's September 29th, not October 29th. That's a typo. September 29th. And then they'll have until mid-February to get to substantial completion for the Whooping Crane Festival. Street and drainage bond, Brumley Drainage finished 2 weeks ago. We met with AEP, the city engineer, and the architects today to finalize the 9th Street alley improvements that are behind the new Public Works building. It's a concrete alley. The big holdup there has been all the utilities that are back there. We had to move a lot of lines to clear the way so that all those pull-through entrances into the public work pull-throughs and then the fire EMS pull-throughs all got cleared of all the line and pole impediments. So that's taken a long time, but AEP is definitely stepping up and we're getting most of that done through allowances. So we don't have a big fee on that. Another thing AEP is doing is, and they're also doing it here at City Hall, instead of having one line coming to the city, they're looping us in. So now we have a dual feed to City Hall so that if one line goes down, they can quickly switch up and bring power in from another, a different lines network. And then they're doing the same thing for that whole block at Public Works, Fire, EMS, and the lifeguard building. It'll have a loop system coming to it, so it'll have two different feeds coming to that entire block. So it has better chances of staying up or getting the power back on quicker during outages. So AEP is definitely helping us out. Streetscape project, going to the November 4th election. We're going to start doing an ad probably in the October jetties. We'll start doing an ad campaign online. You know, we don't really play cheerleader, but what we do is we try to just keep it very factual. You guys can do that on your own, but what we'll put out is just the basic facts of the venue tax and what it does. So that's coming. Community center renovations. The photo there, they've completed the bathroom foundation. It's you kind of see it back in there. That's going right there. So that'll provide exterior bathrooms to the new park. So that's going to be a big fix. Interior repairs are continuing, primarily the flooring and the leveling. They've got the exterior porch demoed, and unfortunately, they found very little rot, which was kind of surprising. So it's the first time that we've torn something up and didn't find a whole lot of rot. So the porch is going to be rebuilt. I don't know if you recall, but it had about a 3% slope as you came out of the building. So it was kind of illegal. So
Good for drainage.
fixing that. Roberts Point Park bulkhead collapse. The bulkhead wall and the rock revetment are 100% completed. And the engineer should have the design for phase 2, which is the putting on a new cap and then repairing the sidewalk behind it. I think it'll come in pretty, I think the pricing will be pretty good on that. So we should have the design in a couple of weeks. Beach Access Road 1B or B, whatever its name is. It's 2 photos in there. One's taken from the top of the dune, and that's looking down at the concrete. And then the other one's from the beach. We think that after looking at it, it's a little bit coming a little bit too far out. So we're going to adjust that. We're gonna re-engineer that last maybe 40 feet to get that adjustment so it comes down to the beach a little bit better. But we're trying to figure that out. We just started looking at that. It is on schedule, and they are, I didn't have a photo. Well, I had a photo. I didn't put it in there, but they are progressing back towards the highway pretty good now too. Project is on schedule. We are in staff discussions with TxDOT, with David Rios and his team at TxDOT on getting some type of traffic signalization at that intersection. We're using a study that a traffic engineer did. It's 1,000 feet away at Market Street, which is into the Cinnamon Shore North Main Boulevard. So we're using that traffic study. It's pretty fresh. It's about just under 2 years old. So hopefully we won't have to redo that, but we should be hearing from David Rios and his team pretty shortly on what that process is and how we can move forward with it. Charlie's Pasture Bulkhead Park. I'm going to be bringing you the phased concept approach to the October meeting. Lifeguard building, same as last month, awaiting fire and EMS laydown yard to clear off, hopefully in November. Avenue G and Station Street traffic light. Okay, that got awarded tonight. So I think for the first 3 or 4 months, it's mainly getting their parts ordered. And then they'll come in and start doing the electric. That'll be the main thing. Is it should be all on the curb side and not in the street. So the first stuff is going to be all the electric work, bringing the power to those intersections that'll have they're actually the corners that will have the mast arms and need the juice. So that'll be the first step in that. Rec center. I don't know if you've driven over to the rec center. A lot of dirt moving going on, a lot of equipment out there. They've done some demo of the basketball slab and volleyball court area. They have a new entrance into the park, which is a little bit further to the west. So anyway, they're well underway.
Are they gonna, that new entrance, I've had to take my daughter into the pool a couple times, are they gonna put a little better signage on that thing?
Yeah, we'll get them to, yeah, Colleen talked to him today or yesterday at our meeting about getting it signed better.
Cool. Okay.
Any other questions on the capital projects?
That's a lot. Great
Okay.
job. Keep up the work. Good work. All right, staff report. Starla, you're up first. Back again.
Yeah.
Got my my monthly report in your packet, and I hope everyone saw the hotel motel tax. It was up 20% for the month of July. So we were up over 10% for the first 11 months compared to last year. If we collect exactly what we collected last year for the month of August rentals, we will break 11 million for the first time. And I'm pretty optimistic, and with Brett's projections too, he's optimistic. I believe that's going to happen. They're technically due Monday. Because today's the 18th, right? Yes, the 19th, the 20th falling on a weekend, so we give people till Monday to file. The sales tax for that same period was up 14% for the month, so we're up 7% for the year. Harbor was up 3.46 for the monthly billings, but we're down 2% for the year, and down in dailies about 13%. And golf cart license plate sales, I did have to order some more. We've already sold over 6,500 through the month of August. But our sales are slowing down. City Hall's gotten much quieter from since it's post Labor Day, so.
500 more to be 7K.
When do we stop selling them?
We stop November.
Yeah, okay.
Beach parking permits also, because we got to get those in, get it audited with Corpus, and then usually we like to start selling around the week of Christmas. If the parking permits and the golf cart plates are in time.
Darla, I think I asked this once before, and I don't know how difficult it is, but can you break that number down for us? Or would you know, is it easily able to break down within your software for golf cart registrations what are put into rental fleets versus what are individual owned golf carts? Do you track
By
that?
rental fleet, what do you mean, like a STR, or do you mean like the big, just the big golf cart rentals?
Like the golf cart rental companies, we could, so we have, it is easy, and I think you have asked me, and I'm like, there's something I need to add to the report, and I keep forgetting what it is. So we have to, by ordinance, we have to put in everything in an Excel spreadsheet of every golf cart that's registered, and we send it to dispatch on a weekly basis.
Right.
We can do a data sort for that, and by name, I can tell how many were registered to, I don't know, bronze.
Yeah,
To
you don't need
Maybe
to,
your
I mean,
companies.
I don't think
Mhm.
we need, you don't have to drill down and tell me how many Braun has, how many
Right,
Tarpon
okay.
carts has. But I get asked and I get comments all the time that people think the majority of the carts that are registered are all rental management company / rental company carts. And I don't think that's the case.
Okay, so you want them grouped, rental management and
If
fleets.
it's easy to,
Versus
if
individual.
it's easy to say rental management versus individual cart rental versus Kelly Owens owns a cart, then that's the
Francisca
key.
agrees with me. She knows
Right.
that spreadsheet well. I think we could do it.
Okay.
And then the people that
Yes,
bring the carts.
right.
Well,
In
and then
addition,
I could do three.
sort by zip code.
Yes.
I could do local, well,
Yep.
locals, if you have a Porter Ranges driver's
Right.
license, it's only $50.
Yeah,
So we can
Okay.
easily find out how many of those are. We can easily do.
because I think that's
That
a
one's
large
really easy.
portion as well. I think in all the years that I've asked individually just for that information, I think the 6,500 is we're gonna be surprised to know that where the breakdown is. I mean,
I took good notes this time.
Can I get
And
a copy of
Francisca's
that
gonna
too?
help me remember.
no, I mean, for all of us,
Okay.
yeah, not just for me.
No, I'm gonna put it in the report.
Yeah. I'm only me,
We
no.
we can get it, send it out in the next couple of days if you.
That's fine, yeah, no, sure.
Sorry, darling.
Tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Tomorrow.
Go back to your office. Yeah, it's Friday.
I'm trying to get the final budget out.
I mean, the chief and Daniel give us like everybody's blood type and what time they got arrested and, I mean, so you should be able to drill down.
Chief, did you get in top 3?
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy. But does that make sense?
It
So,
does,
yes.
it does.
It would-
And I think it's really pretty easy to do, and I think you have asked before, and then
Yeah.
I go back and I forget what you want.
Okay, you got a lot on your plate, I
Got it.
understand,
Got it.
but yes.
I'm listening.
And and the reason I asked that is, I've had some people make some suggestions on how we charge golf
Well,
cart
not-
fees as well.
No, too.
So I think it would make a difference if we could see the breakdown.
I didn't know it was $50 for locals. I've been paying full freight. And
Well, what's your driver's license?
same as it's been for 8 years.
Puerto Rican.
For the Oceanside.
Yeah,
If you walk in with a Puerto Rican's license plate, driver's license, we make a copy of
Does-
everybody's.
Is it
We,
because it says hook 'em, I'm paying extra?
no,
probably
we charge, oh, you are, you're paying 70.
for vanity.
You're paying 70 for vanity, but if you didn't, you'd be paying 120. And we look at your driver's license and charge you according to your driver's license. So you should be paying 70.
So, and part of that is in there, right? Because a vanity plate, like if Life in Paradise, I know there's all say LIP and then a number. So that's considered a vanity plate, correct? Okay, so
Like it-
part
like
of that's
it
already
would-
kind of drilled down, right, to know that number. But it would be nice to be able to what Dale's point, to be able to see what's rental management / rental car companies. How many are Port A local and how many are people bringing them from San
I think we
Antonio
can
or
do
whatever?
that pretty easily.
Okay, awesome. That would be great. Doesn't have to be in the morning. It could be October 16th in your report. That would be fine. Just don't forget.
I won't forget. I got Francisca that's gonna hold me accountable.
Okay, good.
And David, who's gonna want it by 10.
Yeah, yeah, 10. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Development Services, Mrs. Boyer.
Very quickly because I don't feel good and I want to go home. On this sheet that is slowly being passed around, we, so far year to date have 76 permits issued, new residential permits with 11 still under review. That's pretty comparable, as it has been throughout the whole year with years prior. We have 27 new commercial permits years to date. Nothing's really changed as far as the major commercial projects that we have going on. The backside of this sheet, our code enforcement cases in July were 24, 7 citations issued. The Brumley House and the Beach Lodge House should be demoed the first week of October if we can get the contractors in line for that. Short-term rental registrations currently are 3,245, up from 3,024 the same time last year. She's conducted 49 short-term rental inspections. We only received 1 complaint in August. It was about loud people having a party outside. And 5 additional citations were issued for the month of August.
Nicole, how many golf cart companies we have?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you might.
So what we do with the golf cart companies is every golf cart company that wants to come in and register, we have them submit a parking plan to us. So we do have a parking plan on file for.
I just thought
every
you might
company.
know off the top of your head.
No, it's quite a few because we have
It's
some
just
that are
quite a
very
few.
small
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of.
if I had to guess, I would say 23. We'll see if I'm right next month.
Okay, thanks.
Got 5 citations for not being registered.
Oh,
Is that just in the last month, or have they never registered for 10 years?
I did not poll Laura for that information. She puts that together for me. I'm happy to,
I'm just curious if it's the 80-year-old that decides to rent and you caught him in the first month, or if it's somebody that's done it.
typically it's somebody that's left a property management company or somebody that just bought a property and hadn't registered or paid their hotel welfare tax on that. But I can get you a breakdown next month.
How long?
Okay, Mr. Johnson.
All right, got your report there in front of you. We're just kind of winding down from summer. Of course, we had a little bit increase, 117 calls in August. And I think down there in the highlight, let's see, 16 call increase, from the same time last year. Year to date, we're up just a little bit, 49 calls, and we've decreased our response time to 4 minutes and 14 seconds, which is pretty quick. Other than that, our transports are down a little bit on percentage wise, but we still have 42 transports. So still taking a lot of them to the hospital, just into summer stuff. A lot of people refuse, all during the summer, just sea injuries and all kinds of different little stuff. As far as the other highlights, we did do, Miss Young does a little class over there for the wilderness and how to do first aid and just, life skills teaching. So we went over there and did that. Of course, both crews were there and they both got called out in the middle of their class. They were teaching. So, that's just one of the things that happens. And then just one little quick highlight and thank you to the city and the police department, fire department, everybody. We did Shattered Dreams on 9/11. It was a huge hit and
I should have warned council.
Should have.
Yeah.
But if you have people in school, they got the alerts and they got all the stuff, but no, it was a really good deal. And we'll try to have some pictures and stuff for next month's meeting. That's all I got.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you, sir. Chief, last but not least.
Top 3 events.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're harassing you, sir.
He did. He got a little internal grief about his top 15 events last meeting.
Well, we can all read.
It was more than 9.
July 4th.
It was 3 pages. It was good, but okay.
Okay.
So August, we are slowing down a little bit. We had 2,800 calls. There's a typo there for the dispatch calls. 2,863 is not the correct number. It's 2,803. And there's the breakdown for each entity that we did. We filed 775 charges with the court and 58 arrests. Out of those arrests, 62 charges were filed against people that were arrested. 4 were for warrants, 22 charges were for alcohol-related events, including, that's also a typo. It should be 3 DWIs, 12 MIP, 6 individuals were charged with assaults. And 6 drug-related charges, and we had 1 weapons violation and 1 sexual assault that was reported. We had 12 minor in possession of tobacco, alcohol, or drug-related violations, and 20 golf cart citations. We were busy in August. I think the most notable one was the fatal traffic accident that we had on 361. And our condolences go out to the Johnson family for that. So the first significant event we have here is at the beginning of August, the public intoxication and false report to 911. This one is kind of significant because of the abuse that the dispatcher took from the individual that was making the 911 call. I'm very proud to say that my dispatcher kept her composure and was professional through the entire encounter, considering the language and the names and the disrespectful nature that was being shown to her during the call. And one thing that's not noted in there, that the person that was arrested for these offenses was a San Antonio police sergeant.
Good. Great. Kidding.
I'm kidding.
Say that again.
San Antonio Police Department sergeant.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah. Absolutely,
yeah.
he did.
All right, good deal.
So the next one is we responded out to a call here where we had a bunch of guests that were fighting at a local hotel, and yes. And it was a typical one of the disturbances where each other was accusing each other of doing stuff, and it ended up that the hotel decided that they no longer wanted anybody to stay on their property after we got there. There wasn't anything that we saw that substantiated either person's allegation, so we let the hotel just kick them off and take care of the problem. And then, of course, we have the last one here is gonna be the fatality crash that occurred out on 361. It was a very tragic circumstance. That's still an ongoing investigation, so I just kind of gave you the highlights on that one. And we're still working on some possible criminal charges and figuring out some of the other things that are going on with that case. That's the highlights for August. Hopefully they're gonna be much less this coming month.
Chief, you didn't have you guys figured out who the breaker thief was, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Yes.
That was good work right
We,
there.
we've our CI, we revamped the criminal investigation division, so I've got 2 full-time detectives and a part-time. My lieutenant manages some of the caseload, so that spreading that out a little bit has freed up a little bit more time for him to do some follow-up stuff, so we're getting there.
I never thought.
Yes.
I never thought it would happen. Peter got a call, but they figured out they were stealing breakers out of panels.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like $4,000
Yeah.
breakers.
It's good.
We had
Great
some video
job.
from a house next door and we filed reports on all. Figured out who it was.
It's good. Very good.
It's very cool. Nothing, we got our breakers back, but it was cool. I caught him.
But we got him though.
It stopped.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else for Chief?
Hopefully this isn't quiet enough.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you.
Chief, when is National Night Out? Are y'all doing that again or are they?
It's 7.
Thank you. I figured it was before the next city council meeting.
Yes, it's
Okay.
gonna be this October 7th. I think they've got everything lined up.
Is it gonna be at the
Yeah.
park
Yes.
like last year?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got their permits.
They
Okay,
did?
good.
Okay.
Oh, that's.
Oh, okay. Tree giveaways. Thank you.
Any leftover trees, they can pick them up.
Oh, it's a twofer.
There you go.
Okay, love it.
We
All right.
we can roll in adoption day too.
Yeah, really. I mean, yeah. He was
We've
giving.
already talked
Yeah.
about that, if I can get there early before it gets dark with some of them, but
Yeah. Okay, awesome. All right, item 10, city council comments and items for future consideration. Okay,
Drop.
hearing none, we're adjourned.
We got